hate puppies.
Good podcast.
I feel threatened.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems and hopefully helping you figure out what beer you should be drinking this weekend. Or not drinking, as we often find out.
We've been on a hot streak.
We have been on a hot streak, but I have...
I was looking at the chart the other day. Y'all were like 3 out of 4
Yeah.
for a while, and now we're like
it's
0 for 4
okay.
in the last
Did my
couple.
wife just leave?
Yeah, she was
did.
like, fuck this, I'm out.
She
That
walked
was-
in immediately when you hit the start to the music.
Yeah, I hit start. I saw her walk in. I stole a kiss. Gave her. She goes, "What are you drinking?" I gave her a sip. I was like, "Perfect, we're hanging."
Yeah. Not
And
today.
No.
By the time I said, "What's going on?" she heard Inside the Pallet House. Said, "Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Don't need this in my life.
I'm good." This week we'll officially get an old school deli rating. So we got Ely here.
OG.
Yes.
Yes,
The legit one. All this other shit's been fake as hell.
I understand.
He's saying they're all under protest if he's not here.
Right.
He's been writing
This should be a deli.
Yeah.
That's basically what you've been doing. Right.
Well, that's kind of it. But
Yeah.
we pulled it. Does everybody like it?
Nice.
That's the
Well,
beauty of
It
E.
is. I like
Can-
that.
Yeah.
The floor's a little sticky
Yeah.
over here where we've been pouring one out for you
Yeah.
every time
Right.
when you're not here.
Well, I did just hand you a beer that won a deli. The
Yeah, this
all-day-
Founders All Day Vacay is money.
Yeah, I
There we
figured you
go.
would like that, so I was like, "That's a gimme. Have him try that, dude." You got a beer right there that is the little brother of a deli winner in your
Yes.
hand. I see you've got the Little Head from Kindred Spirits.
We don't even have to deli this because this would win.
Well,
Is that-
Headspace
Is
won
that Bomber's
Yeah.
beer?
a deli.
This is
We got a friend with a little head. That was a little inside joke.
Yeah.
We like to play a little Beetlejuice game where you kind of just sit over his head and go like this. You just kind of rub your fingers together like you're putting powder on it and shrink his head. But yeah, you got a bunch of Kindred Spirit beers today, man.
Yeah,
You've been
Kindred
on a
Spirit.
Kindred kick lately, huh?
yeah. They're nice enough to give us a bunch of beer today. So shout out to Kindred Spirits, which of course we all know is our favorite local brewery. Check them out. They hooked us up. They hooked us up tonight with some beer, and then a week or so ago, my wife hit them up for a work function, and they took care of her and her team. They got the private room and set them up, and they had a big time. So if you're looking for an event space, check out
That
Kindred.
room right when you walk in on the right.
Right when you walk in on the right, there's a
That
nice
room's
little,
perfect.
Yeah,
You can get away with a group in there, and like you couldn't ask for a better spot.
Are there video games in there? I feel like there are.
There are not.
I've never actually set foot in
There's
it.
board games all along that back wall.
There's a big
you come
TV
into the left,
that
Yeah.
you can like hook your shit up to.
Okay.
and music.
Yeah,
There's always
Nice.
always good music. I've seen Pat O'Brien in there a couple of times, and that's definitely my guy.
yeah. So check them out, man. If you need an event,
Did you get a
space,
chance
hit
to
'em up.
check out that outdoor deck?
Which
Put in-
one?
There's right when before you walk in to the right. There's a deck now that they've built.
Oh, around the side.
Yeah, it has a little
Yeah, yeah,
stage
yeah,
set up
yeah.
and everything. That's a pretty sweet little spot, right out by where the food trucks are.
Yeah,
It is the most interesting place. Beer is delicious.
yeah,
Beer
They've
is
expanded
delicious.
a lot too.
yeah.
They keep growing, but in the same footprint. That's what's weird. Like they
Yeah.
keep managing to make it bigger and bigger. Like now they'll let you in the back area. You got the side area. You got the outdoor.
Yeah, I was talking to Stu the other night. He said that they like River City Cornhole League is playing there now too, and I was like, man, are they doing it out in the parking lot? He's like, nah, we take them in the brew room and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm saying they've opened that
Yeah.
whole area
Yeah.
up where
Yeah.
you can play board games back there and stuff and chill, which I actually like. Now this is because I'm an old man. Sometimes the music's so loud
Did you
I
forget to
can-
bring your earplugs that day?
that I can tuck back in the back area and you can still hear enough of the music.
Yeah.
But like I can hear the
at
Jenga
a
fall
senior
when you
citizen level.
lose. No, it's louder than that. But that's how I roll. That's
Sure.
how I roll. They got that Paradise Lager back out too. That's
Yeah.
dope beer.
They had a new one. I forget the name of, but they didn't have it canned yet. But it looked pretty tasty. And want to go back there and check it out.
All their beers are good.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
Every once in a while you get those milkshake beers.
Oh, yeah.
with the lactose in them.
Nah, so I had one bad experience there years ago, and you've told me I need to try it back again, and I hadn't done it yet. But that
It's you know why, man? There's a variable. It's called the fruit.
that's
Yeah.
true.
You know what I mean? Every
Yeah.
year you get a different
Yeah.
batch. It's like every brewery you go
It's a different
to
crop.
that does a fruit beer or does whatever. There's always different ones. I tell you, last year's strawberry milkshake May have been my favorite one to date, and I'm a big fan though. So like, I like them all, but I like a lactose beer.
Yeah.
That's where some
And that's
people
the thing,
don't like
I've found that I do like them, but that was my first experience having one, and it just did not work for me. But
You got to work up to it.
yeah, it was such a surprising thing. I was not expecting this to genuinely taste like a milkshake. I think.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I
You
wanted
thought
a
it was
beer.
one
What
of
the
those
hell?
beer like descriptions that
Yeah.
isn't really
Yeah.
mean anything.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh damn,
Oh, this is
going
going
to
to remind me of a milkshake.
Yeah.
They got
Not that this
seltzer
is
there
gonna
now,
taste
too.
like a
Yeah, they
milkshake.
do.
Like, you
Flavored
can-
seltzers.
Yeah, you can literally go get seltzer. That place is dope. So shout out to Kindred Spirit for helping us out this week. They brought us a couple 6-packs of beers, which is awesome.
Thanks for keeping Stu busy away from here
Yeah.
sometimes too. That's nice.
Which is nice. Yeah, Stu's got a place to be. But everybody, look, anyone who listens to this, you can go to Kindred Spirit, and the odds are you're going to get to see Stu up there.
Don't let that hold you back from going over there.
It's supposed to be a positive.
Oh, yeah, that's what Brendan said.
It's a selling point.
Okay.
Okay, if you don't like Stu, the beer's so damn good
You'll
that
still
you'll
want to
like
go.
you'll like Stu by the end of it.
Did you hear the part about the outdoor deck? You don't have to be up near Stu.
Y'all are hateful. That's crazy.
It's not a podcast if we don't pick on Stu.
No, but if you do have an event coming up or you're trying to get a group together, hit up Kindred Spirit.
Yeah.
They will take care of you for sure, get you set up there. And they're all good people. Everybody that's there.
I'm only picking on Stu because he's on yet another awesome vacation.
Oh yeah,
right
no,
now.
where's he now? He's on the
Somewhere in like Mexico or
Yeah,
some
down in
resort
Mexico.
or something.
Mayan Riviera or
I
some
mean,
nonsense.
It sounded like a swingers trip.
Oh, that checks out.
I wish I could remember the name of it. I ran
That
into him
dude's
at
been
lunch
on more
yesterday.
awesome vacations in 2 years than I've probably been in my life, and that might not be an exaggeration.
He's taking advantage of those cheap airfares, dog.
Good God, dude.
It is crazy how much that dude is somewhere. I
Every
wanna
other
be.
month he goes somewhere dope.
Every other month. You're not paying attention.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm missing some.
He's there. He's every month. He's somewhere.
Yeah,
Like just somewhere awesome. Like, what'd you do this? Oh, I was in Nashville.
yeah,
Oh, really? Where are you right now? Oh, I'm in Notre Dame game.
yeah,
Really? Like, all right, where are you this week? I'll be in Mexico.
yeah.
You ever been to the Caribbean, bitch? You know? Like, that's how Stu rolls.
Yeah.
Well, good
But
on
we got Ely back.
We do have Ely.
Here.
And full of vim and vigor.
Yeah.
We only talked for about 45 minutes before we started this, so
Yeah.
that was a good use of our time.
That is always the problem. We talked for a while. We covered off on most of the good topics and then just kind of petered out. You know, that's what happens. Well, all right, here, I'm going to cater right to Ely. You saw I changed the radiator this weekend, Ely.
I did see that. How many people in the neighborhood helped you?
4. That's
About
grown
right.
men.
All of
men.
them?
No, it was like I came home the other day. Actually,
Lucy, Kennedy. How many times do I have to tell you that?
That was the best part of the text.
you know what's
Yeah.
funny is Ely goes Lefty Lucy, and I'm like, kind of a dumbass tells me I need to go Lefty Lucy. No joke. Fast forward about 2 hours, and a bolt breaks off, but it's still completely seized in a nut. But now I've got it out. But I need the bolt. It's the only way to get this radiator back in, or the new radiator in. And I've got it in a pair of vice grips and in between my legs, and I'm giving it everything I've got. And, yeah, no, the sounds were coming
Yeah.
out, and I looked down and I'm like, "You're going right, you asshole!" And I could just hear Ely in my
Just
ear.
taunting you.
Yeah.
Lefty Lucy, dude.
You didn't follow him for more tips.
Right.
Yeah.
I was still pretty proud. Of myself.
Also a good pro one. Drain the coolant out first.
Exactly.
Oh, I
Yep.
drained the coolant out all over my body. That stuff
You rubbed it in?
comes out from everywhere.
Yeah.
Radiator. Apparently, that coolant goes all over the engine.
Oh, yeah.
Who knew? It doesn't
Weird.
just live in the radiator. It goes
That's
all over.
crazy.
Oh, that's not a sealed unit?
No, apparently every
It just stays in there.
It just cools the radiator.
yeah.
Yeah.
Keeps the front of the car nice and cool.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Every hose you takes off leads to another area where magically radiator fluid
Yeah.
is gotten, or antifreeze, I believe it's called.
Mhm.
Not radiator juice.
No,
What how long did it take? And was it a huge pain in the ass? Because I tried to sell you on just taking the new radiator up to your guy and dropping it on his lap and saying at the shop, be like, "Here, you put this in."
and you almost had me convinced, and then
Until
I
you
just,
It
realized
had to
I
be
said
super
it.
simple, though, because it was that old. It's an old vehicle.
it's relatively old, yeah. So it's not super. What's complicated though is that it's all modified.
Yeah.
So not everything
So you
is.
had to cut a lot of
This is
zip
where
ties.
it's supposed to be.
I didn't have to cut a lot of zip ties. But
Got to
there's
get all the
definitely-
duct tape off.
Yeah, right.
Like I'm looking in the Haynes
That residue's
manual.
a bitch.
Yeah, you
Got
look
goof off.
Exactly.
There were definitely some things in different places, but it worked.
Well, it's old, but it's it's a sports car, so it's not a lot of room up in the engine compartment, and it's close to the ground, which makes it hard. I would think. I've never changed one, but
I learned how low it really was because when I went up on the ramps, it was like, I was like, oh, when I came off the ramps, I thought I ripped my whole damn bumper off. I was like, that wasn't good.
new radiator. But now I got a whole nother problem.
Exactly.
Bumpers laying up on the ramp.
Well, I'm sure the Dickies jacket gave you some help
Oh,
and
yeah.
guidance
Yeah.
also.
Dude,
Powers.
I put that Dickies jacket on, crawled up under there.
I wish I could have filmed his walk out to the car.
Slow
Yeah.
motion, like he's just walking slow.
Yeah, got that shoulder swagger,
You see his
Yeah.
you see his eyes shut and like,
nodding to the neighbor.
and then he's just standing in front of the car with his eyes shut, and then his arms start moving, and then like 2 hours later he wakes up. He's like, I just blacked out.
Yeah.
What happened?
Right.
cool radiator.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. I did what everybody does these days. I sat up in the middle of the night before, and just
Watch
watched
YouTube.
YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And I learned something. This was actually sort of all the things I learned, this was the one thing that I absolutely learned and heeded, was that every time it's some confident, like badass looking dude rolling out there, or overly confident teenager who should not have this level of confidence, but those are the only two people doing it. And then they would come out and they'd be like, relatively simple job, bros. Sign and subscribe down here. Mash that
Oh,
like
yeah.
button. I'm going to take this radiator out. And I'm like, all right. I like this enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And then they're like, this is so simple. And there's always some comment.
Click down below for the first video.
And then always some comment, about 10 minutes into it, like, how long that take, bro? Psh, we're flying. And then it would they'd keep going, and then all of a sudden there would be this scene, and it's like pitch black, and they're like, hope you can see in there, man. Light really got away from us today.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to get it going, or they're like, well, we'll fire it up in the morning.
Yeah.
And then the video will start back up. And I'm like, okay, all these confident shitbags, none of them got it done in the amount of time they thought
yeah.
it was going to take. So
There's like a hard cut, and now the car's not blue, it's red. And they're like, and we got it in.
So that was the one thing I learned, because that was a common theme around all of them, was a lot of confidence. Now it's too dark. I can't see what's going on. So I got up early.
When any project goes according to plan for me, it's so rare it freaks me the
Yeah,
fuck
me
out.
too.
Like it literally,
What step did you forget?
Yeah.
like I had a toilet that wasn't filling. And I was like, I got to replace the guts of this toilet. And I was like dreading it. And I pushed it off because last time I replaced it like 12, 14 years ago, and it was a nightmare. It took me like 3 hours. This time I drove up to Home Depot, bought the kit, came home, put it in. It was all less than an hour, and it didn't leak, and it continued to work. And I literally, for like 2 days, was stressing over the fact that it went
So smoothly.
exactly the way it should have gone,
Yeah. Like,
because
Is shit
nothing
water just
ever
flowing
goes.
through
yeah.
your house
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Right.
crawl space really stinks.
Yeah. No, I,
mean-
totally agree. When I have something go that well, it's amazing. And I think about it,
Yeah.
I'm like, why doesn't it always happen
Yeah.
like that? Because it never happens.
There's
like
always
that.
multiple trips to the
Yeah.
auto parts store or Home Depot,
Yeah.
wherever you got to
I
go.
can think of 2 things I did in the last 3 days that went haywire. Yeah.
That's basically it.
Right.
So I actually made an interesting choice. I never went and bought coolant. Like,
It needs that to run.
no, I get that.
Okay.
But I knew that if I went and bought coolant, there's something else that's going to happen.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the last step is pour coolant in it. And I was like, so I'm not
You just
going
don't
to
want
get
to jinx
that.
yourself.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not going to get that coolant because I'm going to need something from the auto parts store anyway.
Yeah, you
It'll
were
piss
like,
me off if I've
I was
already
going
been
to
there
run up
once.
to Napa 2 or 3 times anyway, so I'll just wait and get it one of those trips.
Yeah, that was my lot. And
Yeah.
sure enough, the last hose, like I couldn't get this one clamp on because it just didn't fit right. It was one of the, oh man, I'd already done it 3 other times. Like I'd developed a technique, but this particular one, it wasn't happening. So I was like, I need a new clip, and that's the thing. And that ended up being the last step. So I went up there and got the clip.
What
got the
auto parts
coolant.
store do you go to around here?
Advanced.
Advanced? The one up here at the corner?
Yeah.
Around the way.
I mean, is that
Well, there's a NAP Napa that I go to a lot, but there's also that O'Reilly's that I've never set foot in. I'm always like, you hear the commercials all the time. I'm like, I need to check that O'Reilly's.
You should always
out.
go to Napa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except I think I talked about the one time I was going to change light bulbs and I was going to teach my boys how to do it, headlights and taillights. So I took them up there and I was like, so here's the light aisle. And then you look for the book and I couldn't find the book.
Oh, don't get me started on that.
So I go up to the front. I'm like, where's the book? And and the little girl working.
Oh, just tell me what you need.
Yeah, she's like, tell me what you need. I go, well, I have this 10 and 8-year-old. I'm trying to teach how to change. Well, you just tell me what you need, and I get it for. I'm like,
you don't know how to use the Dewey Decimal System?
I'm like, the point is the book, and then I look it up in the book, and then I get it, and I don't even have to come up here and talk to you.
I've ranted about that a few times. I totally understand. It drives me up a wall.
The book is great.
Yeah,
'Cause you
it's
feel
the best.
There's a certain. It just
And then
feels
you could have
good.
some dyslexia when you're telling me the number
Yeah.
or when you're pulling it up. I want to put my
Exactly.
face in there and figure it out myself.
Or you type 2005 instead of 2006
Right.
or whatever.
Figure it
and-
out
You like that?
myself. Yeah.
But I always take my old bulbs up there and try to match them anyway.
Yeah.
But like the whole thing was to teach my fucking boys how to do
Right.
it. And now it's like, oh, just be stupid and go ask someone.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, I'm
God
with
forbid
you.
you know how to do anything on your
100%.
own. It drives me insane.
That I think that some of them now have like a little like keypad that you type in instead. It's not even like the book thing anymore.
I'd be down for that. I hate talking to people that I don't need to talk to. Like, I literally had to wait in line to get to the person.
yeah.
Because
Especially when they
that's
likely
yeah.
know less than us.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, they're
Oh,
just
they look
mean.
it up.
Yeah.
They look it
Yeah.
up and go, "Oh, it's that part." Like, I was trying to do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the little bit from Parks and Rec when Ron Swanson like walks into Home Depot and the guy's like, "Oh, what project you working on?" And he goes, "I know more than you." He just like, walks right past it.
That's exactly.
That
it.
always happens to at Home Depot. You're like, "Can you help me find this?" Oh, I'm a plumber.
Yeah.
I'm in the plumbing. Well, what the hell are you doing over here in the
Yeah.
construction side? Or
They
the,
are not
Yeah.
fans of helping you. No.
I find there's either people who don't want to help you or the overzealous person
Yes.
where you know exactly where you're
What
walking.
else you need today?
Four people like
Yeah.
hone in on you. I'm like, the time I need you is when I'm walking up and down empty aisles. The time
Right.
I don't need you, you're like holding my hand, skipping down the damn aisle.
Exactly.
Like, what is going
So
on? here?
I got lucky. So I walked in there and it was 4. I never want to talk to anybody, guys. Just
Yeah.
standing behind the counter. One of them looks like he ate the other 3 dudes that were there. I mean, I'm just like, how do you get under a car? Like, golly, but neither here nor
Big
there.
taker downer.
Yeah, big taker downer. But so they're
They
all
don't do
standing
any work
there.
on anything in advance, do they?
Well, they'll change your battery and stuff.
Yeah. Oh
Basics.
yeah.
But I roll in. I got my Dickies jacket on, so I look like a mechanic.
They
Yeah.
do. They replace sprinkler fluid there too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
Top it off.
it wasn't. It apparently wasn't enough. Like the Dickies jacket still wasn't drawing their eye, and I'm like, oh,
It wasn't the everything else about you.
there's no.
Yeah.
And the little kid in tow, you know.
Yeah.
I got. But then I pulled out a silicone Mishimoto radiator hose, which apparently is like what all of the Fast and Furious nerds like
Yeah.
want on their car. Their eyes
this
lit
guy.
up because I was like, hey man, I'm in between 2 clamp sizes here, so I was like, I'm looking at this one. I was like, but I'm looking at this one. The guy goes, silicone Mishimoto. Nice hose, man.
Did I see you on Street Outlaws?
Yeah, exactly.
They all started talking.
Now you ring a bell.
And all of a sudden, they went from
Are
douches
you
to
farm truck or
super.
Asian?
Yeah, both.
They were
I'm
in
the
love.
Asian farm truck.
I finally got the help I needed.
Yeah.
That's basically all I was
So
saying.
they were like super geeked to see that hose.
Yeah, because they were like, this dude gets it. They were like, man, the heat dispersion on that. And boy, that could take a beating. A lot of pressure right through there. Like, they're just going off.
Yeah.
And then, so then
They
all
have
of a
the part?
sudden. Oh, yeah. Then they all wanted help. They were like, you got a high-end hose like that. Might I recommend a high-end clamp? And I was like,
Yes, you might.
I was like, oh.
Brendan's like,
the Yeti.
I'm a high-end kind of guy.
you had me at extra money.
Exactly.
It does,
$3
it does the
more.
same
Yeah.
job? What?
Does it have a cool logo on it?
Right.
Count me in.
They got stickers?
What colors do you have?
Trucker hats?
Do you have anything in a hotter pink?
Yeah.
This is going in a Miata.
Yes, I understand no one will ever see it, but I like to know.
I'll know it's there.
Yeah.
So I did get the high-end clamps, which then I wasn't super sold on, so I put the old crappy clamp on too. I'm double clamped on that one.
Yeah.
Can you tell the extra clamp when you're driving around? You can feel it in the performance.
Yeah.
Honestly, like a kid like a kid with new shoes, I got in it. I was like, it's faster. It's faster.
Just running smoother.
Yeah, it just felt so much faster.
What was wrong with it? Was it leaking?
Oh, the whole bottom, like something cracked, and I pulled into the driveway one day. Fortunately, no issues. But yeah, all of a sudden it's just water or coolant's just coming out the bottom, and I was like, so that's probably bad. And like I look under, and even I was like, that's a blown radiator.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. Hoses look fine.
You love when the diagnosis is that easy.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. There's nothing better. Like, no check engine light, no nothing. It's like, oh, the wheel's laying on the ground. I bet it needs a new wheel. Like, yeah, it was pretty simple. So then, of course, started doing the research. It was like, I totally need an all-aluminum radiator. And then I'm, like, in the forums, and they're like, you seen the TIG welds on the CSF radiator?
Yeah.
It's like a piece of art. And I was like... Well, like I'm not going to get the piece of art.
Right.
I ran into you on Sunday, and you were telling Matt about the dang TIG welds, about this whole thing.
Oh,
You're like,
it was
amazing. TIG welds
And
are
they're
so
gorgeous.
tight.
And now you can't even see them because they're all in there. But like on the front of the radiator, they like spray painted the logo on it. Like it's a beautiful radiator, but you can't see it.
Yeah.
It's all in the
Yeah.
but the top is shiny as shit.
And you can't tell any difference when you're driving it.
No.
It's faster.
Brent's like, I could probably go up and touch an engine. It's so cool right now.
Yeah. Keeps it cool.
There's no doubt. I did notice the gauge sits just a hair lower, and I'm like, hey,
That's what you tell yourself.
Yeah.
running. No, because it used to be around the middle, and now it's
Yeah,
just
it's
shy of
179
middle.
instead of 180 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, will you look at that?
It's essentially 50 horsepower.
No, it's,
That's what was holding me back all this time,
Yeah.
guys.
Exactly.
I'm just glad I didn't go all out. Like I was like getting down. I was like, maybe I should buy all new fans and all this stuff. And then they're like,
Oh, it's still coming.
Oh, yeah.
apparently they got into like I was reading and it was like this is an intermediate level job, and then if you're replacing the fans, it's like this becomes a difficult job because you have to like splice all the wires. And I was like, I'm a lot closer to intermediate than difficult.
Yeah. My fans are great.
Yeah, fans are perfectly fine. No one made them better than Mazda in the 90s.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they've got a grading curve for the Dickies jacket, though, right?
Oh, yeah. Like, is it?
I assume so. Yeah.
They
So
have
I
like
guess like this
a
is
score
novice
for
me.
without
Yeah.
Dickies and
Yeah,
a score
yeah.
with Dickies.
Exactly.
The first time I pulled a hose off and it dumped straight down my Dickies jacket,
Oh.
all through my arm and got in my armpit. I was like, see the guys make fun of my jacket now. Reeks
get
of
like-
coolant.
Do you get like achievement patches or belt loops like a scout? Put on your Dickies
Merit
jacket?
badges.
I changed the radiator today.
Yeah, it's
right.
literally gonna have a radiator and then like an oil change and then like
Yeah.
check tire pressure.
Right.
Like, drove 100 miles.
I want it on a sash.
Oh,
Not the
dear
jacket.
God, make that happen, and then go back to advance.
Hey guys, I did it.
Yeah, where's your sashes?
I knocked out my radiator, my hose, and my coolant badge on
One
Saturday.
weekend. Yeah.
Look at me now.
Yep. That's awesome.
You want to work back here? You take my paycheck.
Yeah.
I always wonder about those people that work at those auto parts store because sometimes some of them seem like they know what they're doing. But I'm like, if you knew what you were doing, you'd be a mechanic, right? Like, I can't imagine you would I mean, maybe if you're retired from your mechanic's job and you're
Yeah.
65, but like when you're 30 and you know enough, but you're working at an auto parts store, like, or did you just learn it from, or do you just know parts because
They're
you've
just
been there
car
so
enthusiasts that don't have much drive.
that's I never thought about from that.
Yeah.
They're like car nerds that like don't want to go to mechanics.
Right.
shops.
They don't want to get their hands
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
dirty.
Or the old guy who knows a lot of shit and is just doing it in retirement.
Yeah.
It does seem like internet forum guys. Though.
It is,
You
for
know,
sure.
They're-
And they've all got some kind of like, I was about to say 20-year-old hot rod that they like, you know, like a Honda Del Sol or something that sounds terrible when they leave, or an old S10 that's slammed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like you see an S10 in an advanced
For
auto park.
sure.
100%
Yeah,
of the time.
backed in at the back of the parking lot. 'Cause they don't-
Sideways.
yeah. Right.
Can't
Gotta
have
take two
nobody
spaces.
parking
Yeah.
next to this. Yeah, it's primed out and got bodywork done,
And
but
for
I still don't want
sure,
anybody dinging it.
the hood's a different color than the rest of the car.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
At
the
least
door,
the
too.
door handle. Yeah, exactly. I'll get around to painting that. I'm just not quite there
Yeah.
yet.
The best is all those places now. They used to be very parts driven, and maybe they still are, but I feel like the whole front side is now like aftermarket flashy shit. Like
Yeah.
it's all like
Bullet
It's like
sticker
sticking
bullet holes,
shit.
yeah, it's all chrome everything.
flame
Loopers.
stickers,
Yeah, exactly. Or
flaming bullet hole stickers.
the vents, the sticky vents you can put on them. I love seeing when I'm
Chrome
riding down the
windshield
road. Yeah.
wipers.
Look
That's
at
my
all the
favorite.
Yosemite Sam and
Exactly.
Tasmanian Devil stuff.
Oh,
God, I
This
need
is
those.
Some mud flaps.
Those
with,
fake vents
Yeah.
on the
chicks
on the
on it.
front quarter panel, I see them like stuck on like Stevie Wonder
Yeah.
did it. I'm like, why'd you even go buy these
Right.
if you didn't even like throw a level on
And
it?
there's
Like,
a certain nationality that loves those.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go in, but they
You
eat
don't
hella
need to.
tacos.
The finish. Yes. The fins.
Finish. Yeah, fish tacos.
Yes.
those
I'd
Swedes,
say-
those damn Swedes.
They're always
Yeah.
doing that.
Hella sticky on vents, chrome windshield
Chrome,
wipers.
chrome down the
And
door.
if they fuck around, don't have a pickup truck. There's a flag in the back window.
Oh,
That shit. Yeah. Like the
Oh.
window tint flag.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I never understood that chrome down the door frame edge.
Oh yeah.
it's like
no, like in the
I
visors.
need to know
the-
where the door
the
frame
winch-
starts
the
and stops
window.
with chrome.
It's very important. Troy.
Curb feelers.
I mean,
Yeah,
20
curb
horsepower
feelers.
maybe. I feel like that's about right.
It's definitely more horsepower than a racing radiator.
I mean, a chrome's definitely like
Yeah,
Not
well,
one.
we're talking
aerodynamic
about bullet
finish.
hole stickers. And
That's what I'm
chrome.
saying. That's
So
more.
it's
That's
more than-
definitely
I
more
gotcha.
horsepower.
For sure.
Oh, and that was another common theme in every stupid ass dude that I watched doing this particular job. They'd be like, and then a sticker, 10 horsepower.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. Like they all make fun of
Oldest joke.
like I'm not the guy.
Yeah.
I'm doing this ironically. Like, no, you definitely have a Hello Kitty. on
They're
the back
all
of
in a
that.
car
Yeah.
club.
For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
You always
I
see some of the
imagine-
biggest dumpster cars with their car club stickers. It's like, you would want that representing your club? That thing's a turd.
Or they're like their Instagram
yeah,
handle.
exactly.
What's weird
yeah.
too is based on because where I live, all the car meetups are pickup trucks.
Yeah.
like they're all just like with their Carolina squat in the back of the Walmart parking lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
not the Carolina Squat.
Yeah, sitting there, just waiting.
We talked about that last week, right?
Last
Yeah,
week
yeah.
was Carolina Squat Week.
I bet Miata YouTube is just popping off.
Oh, I
though.
can only
Oh.
imagine.
It's amazing. I mean, you would think that there'd be some old guys. No.
no.
Wouldn't have thought there were any old guys.
This is there was a time where it was an old
My
guy car,
father-in-law
like-
was in a Miata club with a
Yeah.
bunch of old guys.
That's like the STI, WRX STI.
Yeah, yeah.
You can pinpoint that demographic.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Oh, dude, 20
yeah.
20 to 35-year-old dude
Yep.
is driving that fucking car.
It's all guys who they know they want a sports car, can't
Yeah.
afford a sports car.
Right.
Found a Miata for $1,500.
Found the lightest car there is.
Yes.
It goes fast.
And we're gonna trick this thing out. And then there's me who's like, "Woo! I want that car."
I think the old guy Miata thing is like, I want a sports car, but I don't want to be into it for any money. So I'll drop 8 to 10 grand
Well,
on
that's
it.
kinda how I never-
I don't want to
Let's
make it
get
look
into
like
road
it's-
racing as a hobby.
Yeah, I got the radiator for it.
Just don't have the driver.
Got everything I need. Just need a driver.
Yeah.
What have we got here? A fucking comedian.
Private joker.
Oh, I don't think
I'll
people
let you come to my
understand.
house and fuck my sister.
You know what? I like you.
Hell, I like you.
We used to have that
Harley
drop
and
out
Ray.
here, man.
Oh, really?
God,
Yeah.
I miss him.
Dude,
Yeah.
so last week, and this because the listeners probably don't quite get this. Stu showed up, never put on headphones.
Oh,
I was
man.
just sitting over there telling stories, and I'm just hammering
Hammering
with
drops.
Nice.
Just having a
I could
blast.
not stop
What are you guys
laughing.
laughing at? Yeah.
Great. Lee just had to turn around.
It's just
And just
like
look the
looking
other
out the
way.
window. Like, huh, sure is
Yeah.
dark out there.
Yeah. I love that when people don't have headphones on, you could just hammer them.
Yeah.
Just hammer them.
Nobody beats the whiz.
Oh man.
Now I want to go home and watch
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah. Well, so based on where I'm in my life, I watch Toy Story, and he's one of the green little army men.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That Woody sends to go do recon on the birthday party.
Did you have flashbacks?
I did. I smiled.
Good for you.
I actually got a tear in my eye.
Oh, that's what breaks
That's
you.
what does it. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Something about that voice. Every time I hear it, though, I'm like, I need to watch Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
At least, the first.
The first half is the best, the
Yeah.
better half.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
Like the first half is like you're like this is the greatest movie ever.
The first half's
Yeah.
a great 45-minute movie. Like,
And the thing is people, I've mentioned it on here 100 times, but it is legitimately like that. They're that funny. They're all just like that shit. You know what I mean?
how do you
And
not crack up? That's the
I saw a meme the other day that was like, boot camp was the funniest place I couldn't laugh. It's legitimately true. You're just like sitting there biting your lip as he's roasting this asshole next to you and clowning on every single fucked up physical thing that's wrong with him. You know what I mean? Everything. And
you're like petrified.
Exactly.
Don't
Yeah.
move.
Right.
Echo.
And you're like, take that shit on the road. Why are you here? Sweat your balls off at
Right.
Paris Alley.
Did you train for this? Did you practice this?
You know they do.
And then they all have a room that they go into, and I'm like, they got to go in there and lunch and laugh their
Oh,
asses
you
off.
know they
have
do.
to.
You know they
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're like, man.
call that guy Peter Puffer. I think he cried a little bit. It was hilarious.
Yeah, they got to run shit
They
off
have
each other.
to.
Like,
oh yes,
But like they also, I mean, I imagine they're turning over so many people too that they're using past experiences, what worked well,
Right.
and all that shit. Like you can just apply.
oh,
it
if
to
you
the
got
next
something that
person.
kills, you go back to it the
hell
next
yeah.
boot
Oh,
camp for sure.
It helps you weed them
And
out
then you're
too.
then you're a legend. Like the guys get out and they're like, oh, remember y'all have the same dude? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did he say such and such? To you?
Yeah.
That shit's
for
old, dude.
sure.
Yeah, how long is boot camp?
Well, it's
It
different
varies.
based on the
Yeah.
service. Most of them are 9 weeks, like Army and the Navy. Marine Corps 13 weeks.
Okay, I was thinking
And
3
then-
months. I feel like that's
yeah.
about how long you were gone, so that adds up.
I think Air Force is a little bit less, maybe. 7.
Feels way longer though, right?
Yeah, it does for sure.
I'm sure that first month feels the longest. After
Oh.
that, you're kind of just in it.
No, it sucks the whole time. But no, you're right. The first beginning, like the shock.
Did you
of
write a
the
pamphlet
Yeah.
for that?
Yeah, the shock at the beginning is crazy, and then once you're, I guess, a little bit used to it, but they wear your ass out the same the whole time. It's like
Yeah, but you've gone from
fucking
sitting on
Eli.
a couch.
Yeah, you're still fucking worthless Eli the whole time. Can't get his shit
Yeah,
straight.
day 1, day
Yeah.
150. Like it don't matter.
I love that he fucked your name up.
Yeah.
Into the, and I love the story that
He
he.
didn't fuck his name up.
Yeah,
It's his name.
right. I told my dad that.
I was gonna say I love that.
Nice
he
to meet
called
you,
your
Mr.
name.
Eli.
Yeah, oh, your name's Eli now. And
He's
Dad's like,
basically saying,
okay.
"Fuck your
Good to-
family."
yeah, like, good to meet you.
Fuck your family. Fuck your history. Fuck your
Yeah.
heritage.
Right.
You're mine now.
Fucker made me eat a whole box of Power Bars. I told you that shit too. As I'm just sitting Indian style, looking like a
I mean, that sounds like something that would have
Yeah.
been in Full Metal Jacket,
yeah.
like where he makes him eat the.
good to go. Eli wants to get candy. Eli wants to get candy sent in here, y'all. Yeah.
Can you eat a power bar today?
Oh no. What's fucked up is the head drill instructor told us we could only get power bars, and that was it. But the fucking evil green belt gave up mail that day. He's like, oh, good to go. Eli likes candy. We're gonna sit here and watch Eli eat all this candy.
God,
And by like the 7th one, I want to die. You know what I mean?
you yacked, right?
Oh yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah, but if your plane ever went down, you were taken behind enemy lines, and they tried to feed you power bars till you cracked, you'd be like,
Kill
fuck
it.
no,
Yes,
I've been
exactly.
trained for this moment.
Yeah, right.
I am ready.
Yeah.
I'll never forget Power Bar Day while I was in
And the
boot
Russians
camp.
are known for that.
That's what the Russians do.
Yes.
They're just constantly just feeding them power bars until they spill the secrets.
I feel like I'm in my prime. And I could probably get to 9 or 10 right now. I've put on some weight.
He's never going to crack.
We've heard stories of this one.
This must be the Eli.
Release him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's no good to us.
Oh, that
He's
shit's
a formidable
fucking crazy.
foe.
I got lots of funny stories about boot camp, dude.
Oh,
I'm sure they weren't funny at the time.
Oh,
no,
God.
I told you about the guy that came. I have told this story. The guy that came and choked me every 10 minutes.
I don't think I remember this
Oh,
one.
dude. Actually, it was every like 30 minutes or something like that.
Just like clockwork.
Eli's dick's like, no, so seriously, about
Yeah.
every 30 minutes, this asshole shows up.
Is he here yet?
Oh, great.
Yeah.
We're in a porta potty. This asshole's going to do it
Drill
again.
Right.
a DI?
Huh?
It was a DI?
Yeah.
He just came up and just grabbed you by the throat?
Oh, choked the fuck out of me as I'm trying to sleep every 30 minutes. Yeah, so I was like,
Oh, that's hilarious. Good
oh,
funny
I can't
story.
believe I've never. You guys have heard
I
the
don't.
story.
I've not heard this
So
story.
I'm laying in. They do this thing where you lay in bed and then they say lights, and they cut the lights out. And as we're doing our routine, he goes, "Eli, get out the rack, boy." I'm like, "What the fuck?" So if you look out the windows, there's other companies over there. Like you can see them 30 yards away in their building.
Yeah.
And they're all giving out mail and they can see you. He's like, "Drop your pants, put your butt cheeks on that window, boy." I'm like, "What the fuck?" So
This
I'm
is
like,
taking a turn
yeah.
from the
So I'm like, oh
homoerotic.
shit! So I'm like, sir, yes, sir.
So you press him.
Oh, dude, yeah, right on there. He's gonna get back in the rack, boy. So I go lay back down. Like an hour later, boom! The door gets kicked in, and it's the drill instructor from across the way.
Oh god.
And he's
Oh,
coming in.
no.
He's like, "Who's the goddamn asshole that's mooning my platoon?" Oh yeah. And he comes in, and of course he goes into the little hut where they are.
Yeah.
And of course they laugh about it and shit. I'm sure. He comes over here and he chokes pins me to the bed, choking the fuck out of me to where I can't even breathe and I can't even talk. And he's like, don't you try to talk to me. I'm coming back in here every 30 minutes and I'm going to choke the fuck out of you. You ain't getting any sleep tonight, so get used to it. Good night, baby. And walked out.
Oh my God!
So
30
how hard
minutes
did you
later,
get?
boom, the door gets kicked in.
Is the whole place waking up?
Oh, yeah, dude.
So no one's getting any sleep.
No one's getting any sleep, but he's choking
he's
the fuck
the one
out of me. Right, yes.
Well, we're saying. I mean, the other guys had a bad too.
Well, we're
Let's
saying
not make it all about
everybody had
you.
a bad
Yes.
night.
So no, he did it like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. And after that, he lost his resolve, I guess. But
Well, he was tired of
Right.
choking you.
I gotta get some sleep, too.
I gotta fight this motherfucker all night
Yeah,
long.
this is getting ridiculous. I don't want to walk all the way over here.
Can't stay up all night choking
But
you, Eli.
that-
Tired
I'll
of seeing
never
his
forget
boner
that
every
story.
time. It's fucking
Yeah,
Oh.
And he stinks of
exactly.
power bars.
Right. Oh, my God. Fuck shit like that, dude. They'd plant a candy bar in your backpack, and the other one would find it. Oh, good to go. Eli's stealing candy from the chow hall. Push-ups,
That's the
bitch.
shit I would do, though, man. I would fuck with people just
Oh,
like
yeah.
plant stuff
God,
all
but it's
the
like
time.
you're trying to do the right thing. You're getting your feet cut out from under you the
Yes.
whole way. You're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's the point.
That is the point.
people are gonna fuck up. I mean, you don't
Yeah.
need to like plant food on them. Somebody will fuck up. I mean,
Yeah.
somebody will do something wrong when you're training. Like you can get them on that, but like, don't beat them on a technicality like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That's
It's not even a
dirty.
technicality.
Yeah,
You're getting
exactly.
framed.
Yeah, you're
Hey,
getting straight up
you
framed.
go stick your ass in the. Oh, that asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not.
And you know,
not a
probably they
technicality.
got together like, hey, I'm gonna get my guy to moon the shit out of you
Oh, yeah.
guys. Be sure you're watching.
Right.
Then you come over, keep him up all night.
Exactly. Because they probably did it the last go-around when they had a different
Yeah.
set of platoons in there, and they're like going to get him back or something.
It's your turn this year. You get to do the choking.
Right.
So is the whole rest of the squad mad at you because
No, I was getting fucked with,
Yeah.
so they didn't care too much.
Yeah, you can't rightfully get mad at him. You
No.
followed orders. Had you not followed orders, that's a whole other set of issues.
Oh, yeah. But they used to do that shit, like where they would pressure you into beating the dude up who did shit wrong, or they would, like, purposely make one platoon go up the stairs as the other platoon was going downstairs, and you'd end up getting in fights and shit.
Yeah.
Like, they would instigate stuff like that. dude.
oh, was there like team pride, like your platoon,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you,
Like,
everybody else's enemies?
I still know my battalion and my squad.
Yeah.
So, like,
In case you run up on them in the streets.
huh?
In case you run up on
Yeah,
them.
exactly. Everybody loves their battalion in boot camp.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like that in the fire service where it's like, what shift do you work? Oh, I'm A shift. Oh, good. Glad you're not one of those C
Yeah.
shifters. And
Right.
the C shifters
Heard about
like,
you guys.
Oh, glad you're not B shift.
Yeah, it's like that in my Miotic one, too. It's like awesome.
That's like in the Marine Corps. You have Paris Island boot camp, and then you have San Diego, and Hollywood.
Oh,
jokes
yeah.
about
Yeah.
Screw San Diego.
Hollywood Marines.
That's not real at all.
Oh yeah, it's funny as shit.
I do think they should send them all to Paris.
Oh yeah.
Paris is worse, right?
Oh, of course.
No, it's not.
I would assume Paris Island is a worse place to be than San Diego.
The only difference, San Diego does have way more mountainous terrain. So when you're like
Oh,
going
yeah.
on long humps, it's
And they don't even
way
let
more
you eat the
brutal.
good tacos.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's bullshit.
No fish tacos for you guys.
No.
Yeah, they just set the cart up just off base. You just smell it all day.
Yeah. Right.
But I've heard every Marine I know said Paris Island, the humidity and just the weather is just awful.
Brutal. Yeah. I turned 21, I think, in boot camp.
They throw you a party.
Yeah.
Hey,
on
you
the
guys
power
get the
bars,
night
man.
off.
Oh, Eli, your birthday, good to go. Get on the quarterdeck, bitch.
Oh,
21,
You
huh?
wouldn't tell anybody.
21
You're
hours
just
God.
keeping your mouth shut the whole time.
No, it was like 3 days before graduation, so I was like, and I think I came to Radford or to Richmond or something.
I know we partied.
Oh yeah,
right
Soon
after
thereafter.
graduation.
yeah, right after graduation.
Yeah, it was fun for everybody.
Yeah. Was it?
Kind of.
That's when you got choked out, right?
Yeah.
Talking all
He
that
had lots
shit.
of pent-up energy from
I did, dude. You come out, you're
tapped out.
fucking full of piss and vinegar, man.
So your birthday's coming up,
Yeah. No. I'm
No?
in October.
October.
And then
So then you went to Radford for that.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Brendan
It wasn't.
is choked out, and he was like, "That is absolutely nothing." You ever been choked every 30 minutes in your sleep?
Right.
Come talk to me then.
I just wanted to feel boot camp a little bit. You know?
Oh, you felt the
Eli
floor.
choked you out.
Yeah.
Oh no. Eli
Eli choked
That's
you
what he
out.
said.
me out. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Eli's a gentleman.
Yeah.
Eli's fucking
That guy.
He's a
dude's
nightmare.
nuts.
Oh, you like dared him or something?
I think I talked a lot of shit.
Did you? Oh, did you instigate him?
Yeah.
Oh, you were like, "Oh, you're a big tough Marine now. You can't do shit."
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, that's smart.
his Canada pacifism really was like.
No, he
I
was
can
like,
talk
you
out of
can't
the
choke
situation.
me out or something like that.
There was something was said, and everyone else was like, "Ooh, I'm nervous," and I was like, "Fuck that." So then I said something back,
Yeah.
and then he said, "You don't want this," and I said, "Don't I?"
He
And
goes,
then, I got it.
"Eli's dead. It's Eli."
And then he
Eli's a killing machine.
There
choked
is
me
no
out
Eli.
pretty good.
Only Zool.
I mean, I've told this story in the podcast. I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
he had his
2
arm
times.
around me and he was choking, and the last thing I remember thinking was, I'm gonna fake like I'm going down, and then as I fake when he starts letting up, I'm gonna take him out. And then next thing I know, I woke up, everyone's standing around
Your
me.
fake was like really good.
Legit.
Yeah. Sold me.
Everyone's standing around me looking at
He
me.
like went really limp, guys. Like almost like it was really
Yeah.
out.
Right.
I remember just getting up and swinging, and Ely being like, "Yeah, you're good, dude. You're done." But like just kind of swinging and nothing, just kind of
Yeah.
like flailing, like just because you're scared. Like
Yeah.
you wake up and you've been asleep,
Yeah.
and you weren't asleep a minute ago, so you just start waving your arms like
You go
keep-
back to the time you last remember, which was you were kind of getting in a fight. So you come out trying
You
to
don't
still
even remember
fight.
that.
Yeah.
You're so disoriented that there's no like I didn't realize when I came up, I wasn't swinging for Ely. I was just swinging like, "Oh shit, danger, everything get away from me."
Right.
Like, it didn't go well.
It's weird. You come out of there and you're like just a whole different thing. Like you're just
Like they planned it that way.
yeah, almost.
I don't think this. I wouldn't have thought this ever needed to be said, but don't fuck with the Marine that just came right out of boot camp. Like,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't care if you're friends or not. Like, don't poke that bear.
There's something about me that's dumb like that.
Yeah,
like
you
I
are
just
dumb.
I'll poke
Yeah.
at bigger
Yeah, yeah,
things.
yeah.
I like to see what'll happen. One day it's gonna kill me. Because one day it's gonna be someone who doesn't actually like me.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
like,
you temporarily
like
died
Ely
that
liked
night.
me. He only killed me a little.
I think you temporarily died when the blood stopped
Yeah.
flowing to your brain that night.
My brain certainly thought so.
You almost did it to yourself when you fell in that toilet.
Oh, dude, that was bad.
That was close.
That was real bad, man.
Yeah.
But I'm still alive. I haven't had one of those episodes in a little while.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll cover you.
Knocking on wood is the only thing you can do. Should we do a deli?
Sure.
I got
Oh, is it not this all day vacay?
We already did that one. You're just confirming
4.5.
it. There we go.
Yeah, see, told you that was a deli. Now is one that you'll give a 2.
We said
this
it
one
at
is?
the time.
The one that's going to come out,
Okay.
I'm certain you're going to hate it.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
A deep IPA.
Ooh, yeah. I can feel it in my bones.
Dude, I can't imagine doing boot camp of any style. But I love hearing stories like that. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's funny. Like thinking back about my decision, it was so like I was drinking too much and just getting so fucked up, and like
it was
who's
like,
like this is what you should do.
so it was like your way of straightening yourself out.
Like there was no talking me into it. Like I was just like, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Well, I remember you said that one day. You were like,
What?
I remember we were like talking in college, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm not holding up my end of the bargain here."
Yeah,
I was like, "What are you talking about?" You're like, "I'm not as committed as I should be to what I'm doing right
Right.
now." He's like,
I'm failing in life.
Yeah, and you were like, "I need a kick in the
I
ass."
need someone to smack me.
So
around
it
a little
wasn't
bit.
like
No, it was
you
his
were
call.
10 and you were like, I'll probably be in the military one day.
Well, no,
or-
don't get me wrong. Both of my both sides of my family have
Yeah.
been in the military. So,
But that's for a lot of us.
to say it wasn't foreign, but I had no intentions of going.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, because you initially chose the college route, so
Yeah.
you weren't really looking forward to
Right.
that.
Like,
I wonder how many people who join the military. That's a reason.
I was proud of him for
It was
making that
super
call.
rare because I could tell you when I went, I was like the grand old man, and I was 20, and everybody else there was 17 and 18, and they were like, "This old motherfucker."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's seen some shit.
Yeah.
Were most of them
Like,
guys?
they put
that-
me in like I ran a squad and everything because I was more level headed, and I had already gone through pledging, so that
Yeah.
helped me a ton. So I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you're gonna yell in my ear, and I'm gonna do crazy shit." I got a little bit of that in me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Whatever.
Hey, you were the best pledge I'd ever seen.
Right.
So there was no doubt in my mind. I was like, that Ely's going to be good in the Marines.
Yeah.
Were most of them kids just straight out of high school that were never
Legitimately.
going to college
Yes.
and didn't have any
Yes.
drive to go to
Yeah.
learn a trade or anything?
Yeah, he'd
That's
already been
exactly
in
right.
fraternity, been in
Yeah.
college. Like, he'd been doing his thing.
Right.
Then he said, one day he was like, I'm not holding up men to the bargain. I'm going to go kick my ass into shape. And
Yeah.
sure enough, he did.
That's probably what I should have done. 'Cause
I think everybody
fuck-
should do it, especially now.
I definitely agree.
yeah.
I think a couple years in the military, on some level, maybe not.
Yeah, you don't have to go out and be a war fighter, but
Yeah.
you could be supply, you could be admin, anything.
Yeah,
Some
I do
sort
look
of-
at some of the countries that have like that mandate. You know,
Oh, yeah, like,
you
how you
graduate.
gonna fuck with the Chinese, dude? Every single one of them has
I mean,
to do
even
some time.
Israel. Like,
yeah, Israel.
yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
Israel's a
Yeah.
little tiny place.
Turkey required.
Don't
it
mess
for-
with them.
Yeah.
Right. Over
This-
here, we got fucking needle dicks that can't, whine about their, it's too bright in their office.
Well, and now it's like popular
Hey,
to
look,
not.
eye strain is a real thing.
I have to wear blue light blockers all day.
Yeah.
And now there's pride in not being able to fix or do anything yourself. You're like, why would I do that? Why would I change
Yeah.
my own oil?
Yeah,
Why would
I
I
hate
do
that.
this?
I'm trying to become more of a man.
Yeah.
Every
Like,
day.
it's
an ongoing
100%
battle.
fact that the Chinese and the Russians don't give a fuck what gender you are. Can we all agree with that?
Well, if you're Chinese and a girl, you just get killed.
Yeah. But I mean, they're not worrying about that. They're like decisions that they're making inside their military are not based on
Yeah.
how people are going to feel.
And what you want to be called.
Right. Good or bad. Now,
Yeah.
there's a bad side to that too. But
No, but there's in some respects everyone's equal then, because they all can go in the military.
yes,
Yeah.
right. It's
Like-
good for a situation like we're in now, but when you want freedom and choice, it sucks ass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is the rub.
it is.
What do we have here, Brendan?
Oh, something Ely would not have chosen. Speaking
Can
of,
I get a hit of one of y'all's instead of wasting one of these things?
I haven't sipped.
I
You
think
wanna-
it's
There's a couple
smoother
over
than
there.
What's that? What are those?
It's not.
Those aren't cups right next to you?
They're
dirty wine glasses.
Oh,
I'll grab you a cup.
Here, you want it out of a shambong?
sure.
There's a cup over there. So this is. I actually saw ads for this online. Like I was rolling around last night looking at woodworking projects because I got some woodworking
Extra manly.
coming. Yeah, just doing stuff, and
Just enough
This-
to give it a 2.
You want to see it? In case you want to see it?
I can't tell. It's all foam. But I kept seeing the ads and they kept popping, and I was like, "The hell is this all about?" And so finally I gave up. I was like, "All right, click on the ad, go check it out." And this is the Brooklyn Brewery out of New York. They have one called the Pulp Art, and
A play on pop art.
yeah, so the can is very pop arty.
Yeah. Bright colors, baby blues, pinks, yellows, reds, whites.
Lots of dots,
Yeah.
very Warhol-ish.
Yeah.
Pop art. And so they their whole point here was they were like, people like hazy, we're gonna make it pulpy. We're gonna do so much hazy, this is gonna be over the top. And then they showed a picture in a glass, and I was like, that is the haziest looking beer I've ever seen. So they went out of their way to make it hazy, and I was like, you know what, I gotta try it. Because I like a hazy IPA. That's actually probably one of my preferred styles of IPA. Now this one, I don't know if this is gonna cut it.
Yeah, so they don't really have a description on the can, but I looked it up just now. It says, just as the pop art movement created big, bold art for everyone to enjoy, our pulp art is a hazy IPA for all. This modern masterpiece is a delicious blur between beer and art, with billboard-sized notes of bright tropical fruit and a refreshingly soft finish. Pulp art brings juicy refreshment for everyone, from haze aficionados to those just discovering the lush world of tropical hops.
6.5.
Yeah, it's a little heavy.
So I could have broken taste buds, but I like that.
When you were saying that you didn't want to open one, I was like, I think you might want this whole
Really?
thing.
So
This
when he
is
said
easy
I
as
wasn't
hell.
gonna, yeah. Oh, so
Yeah.
you had already tried.
Well, I had
it.
never tried it.
I had a sip of it, but
Oh,
I'm saying
okay.
after the first
Yeah.
couple sips I had, I was like, I you might want
Yeah,
to.
I just never
go with
tried this
this.
before, and just knowing what
I'm not getting a hard IPA flavor.
No, it's more.
No.
super smooth.
It's just more of that juicy. Like if
Yeah.
you pour this
Yeah.
in you're not gonna be able to see through it.
Right.
There's no doubt about that. This is a thick beer.
And I don't think I like most Brooklyn beers. I don't recall liking a lot of them.
Brooklyn Summer may be my favorite summer, but outside of that, not a big Brooklyn fan either. But that Brooklyn Summer
This
stays.
is interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, there's tons of flavor in there.
Definitely very citrusy.
Very juicy. It is.
Oh, there's no
Hella
doubt.
juicy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's orange juicy.
Yeah.
Like if there was pulp in there,
I like it.
You almost don't even know it's alcoholic until, for me, at the very end, there's a slight IPA haze
Yep.
mouthfeel, but other than that, the drink itself tastes very orange juicy, like a mixture of orange juice and other juices. It's
if you don't like pulpy orange juice, this might offend you a little bit. If you like watery Tropicana, you may not dig this.
Who likes pulp in their orange juice?
I love pulp in my orange juice.
Everyone?
I
All
would
three of you?
rather have the more pulp, the better.
I've always thought that was gross.
I literally bought a juicer, like an orange juicer. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't juice other things; it just juices citrus. And last
Hold on.
So
Stu's not
limes,
here
too?
Stu's not here to talk to you about that.
yeah, Stu doesn't know what citrus is.
What?
He was like, this is citrusy, not like a lime. Like you know, he didn't think
gotcha.
limes and lemons were citrus.
Right.
He thought oranges were citrus.
Yeah.
Only oranges. Like
Those
tangerines.
are oranges.
Tangerines are citrus adjacent.
Gotcha.
Like,
Everybody knows that.
the tree goes citrus, oranges, and then everything else is on
Yeah.
the side.
It's not a tree. It's just
yeah. So last weekend, actually, the wife was out of town, and I went and I bought every kind of orange they had at the grocery store. Like we just bunches of them. And my kids and I sat around all night Friday night just juicing.
Did you do any like mixes, like half this, half that?
Oh yeah, so a blood orange and a navel orange together is the perfect orange juice because
I
a blood
love
orange is
blood
all
orange.
it's all sugary, less citrusy, more sugary, and then like a navel is what you would consider like a Valencia or navel is what you
Yeah.
consider orange juice, and then we had like mandarin oranges which were a little too tart. Like I know
Isn't
way
it
too
weird
much
how
now.
legit orange juice that you make from
So much
oranges in
better.
front of you tastes night and day from store orange juice?
100%.
What
And that
is
was
it
my
that they
whole
do?
point. My kids didn't know that.
Is it the mass production that fucks it up?
But I don't know what they put something in it.
It must be
Gotta
preservatives.
be
or
some
But I'm
something.
telling you, like
stabilizers,
something like it's probably my favorite thing to drink.
I agree. That
Oh
that,
my
that was
gosh.
that was my whole logic. I was like, kids, we're gonna have fun. Well, we're gonna do what I want.
Do y'all drink? Do y'all drink like regular orange juice?
No.
No. Yeah, I
With
don't drink any
mimosas.
milk or orange juice ever. Like,
Oh.
So
my
like a
God.
good real orange crush tastes so much better when you
Yeah.
go
Yes,
down
when
to
you
Dickies and
see
they
somebody actually
crush
smush it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I learned. I like a blood orange mixed with
Blood
a
orange is
navel.
so good.
That is the perfect orange.
Milk
Dude,
is my
50-50.
favorite drink on the planet.
wow.
Yeah,
for
you're
sure.
a big milk guy.
Like Death Row Meal.
The White
for
Knight
sure.
drinks milk all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Like,
never even noticed that.
he'll drink it at dinner. Like, he'll be eating dinner and have a big old
Oh.
glass of milk.
I guess they've run out of Captain Morgan's and Diet Pepsi.
Well, then he goes to the
That's for dessert.
captains with a eyedropper of
yeah, that's exactly right. Well, Ely, you want to kick that off? You seem
Yeah.
to,
So I enjoy it way more than I was expecting. I can't taste the harsh IPA flavor too much. It's in there at the end, kind of like
Yeah.
you mentioned, Troy. But I'm a fruity guy. I like fruity things. I like citrus and lime.
all those Marine years made you fruity.
Yeah, you
Citrus
got
and
it.
lime.
Right.
they call you a fruit enough times, and you go, fine.
I can't see this being something that like you wouldn't want too many of because it's a little too fruity.
Wow. I mean, that's
But I enjoy it. So I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna go.
oh, he's taking that last swig. This is
Yep.
the moment of truth.
I'm gonna go 3.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's solid.
That is coming from Ely
Yeah.
for a big, juicy, dank IPA.
I wouldn't say it's dank. Would you call it a dank IPA?
No.
No.
No, but it's an adjective that came to mind.
Yeah, I got you.
It's on the mind.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Tropically hoppy.
Yeah, I'll go next. I thought the same thing. The first sip, I was like, wow, this actually will be something that Eli might like here. That he might find some balance in this. It is very smooth. I'll give this a 3.5. Also, I think it's good. I want maybe a little more of the maybe I want some of the alcohol punch out of it because I'm not getting any of that. But I also feel my face getting a little bit warmer as I'm talking. So
everything's numbing up.
And maybe it does have.
It's just weird that 6.5 it doesn't have the alcohol.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah. Usually
it
you get
doesn't feel
over
like
5
6.5.
and it's like
it's like I wonder if you get to the bottom of the can and then you start feeling it or something. But yeah, this is very good. This is an all year drink for me. 3.5.
So the only reason I'm not gonna go higher, and I jumped ahead of you, Troy. I saw you were getting ready to talk, but since I'm giving it the same score that they have, I want to leave it up to you because I love the juiciness of it. I love the flavor of it. It's not overly hoppy. It's definitely more citrusy, like everybody said, but it leaves that coating in my mouth.
It's not the full coat.
No, but it's there.
Yeah,
and I can.
Furry.
Little furry on the top of my mouth. And that's the only reason it doesn't get a 4. If it didn't have that and the flavor stayed the same, I'd go, hell yeah, that's
touch
a 4.
Cleaner. That's all I'm looking for.
Touch cleaner, and I don't know how you fix that because I think when you go,
and that's where I wonder less juice and more alcohol if that helps. I don't know.
I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what's wrong with it because the juiciness is great.
Yeah.
That's what makes this so enjoyable. I really dig how juicy this is and how hazy it is. So I really like it. I'm proud of Brooklyn for being able to make something as hazy as this that is out to the masses because more often than not, this would be a craft brew flavor profile that they've achieved that you can only get locally somewhere. They got it. Little furry. So that's why it's 3.5 and not a 4. But fantastic beer.
Yeah, I wanted to go next because I wanted to put it on you.
Yeah, nice.
Because I was thinking, even before Ely started, I was thinking 3.5.
Yeah.
And then he went 3.5, Lee went 3.5, and you went 3.5, and I'm still thinking 3.5. Everything the three of you guys say, I agree with all of it. No need to rehash it all. It's a delicious beer. Could drink it all year long, like Lee said. Great flavor, like Ely said. A little bit too much, not too much funk, but maybe go higher if there weren't the furry mouthfeel at the end. So
that's what dings you too is little furry.
Yeah, and honestly, I've been really off with my point system lately, so I don't want to keep jumping up into the 4s and 4.5s again.
You've been aggressive lately.
Yeah, I like the can. It's a cool look. Cool.
Oh, Stu'd give it a point for the can.
I think you would like it.
Yeah. I'm assuming you walk by and it grabs your eye. You're like, oh shit, check
the
that thing
stupid
out.
banner ads were just that.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it going, that is a really good look. Like it was the most colorful thing on the screen.
Yeah.
And after about the 3rd time, I was like, fine, Brooklyn.
I'll go look.
What the hell are you talking about?
Well, it's for research.
So
it was, but then it turned into a purchase. So well done,
Yeah,
because that probably cost them a penny to get that in front of me.
So did we decide 3.5 is a deli?
I think we've been saying over, but Ely giving it a 3.5 on an IPA, and all of us 3.5 across the board.
I love every time Ely shows up, he's shocked when it has to be higher than 3.5 because when we were doing it all the time, I think 3.5 was the line, and then we walked it back.
To me,
because
throwing-
too many
if everybody
were getting
likes
good.
This is a deli.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm ringing the bell. I'm making the call.
Yeah,
Not gonna argue.
yeah. Again, if we all like it, we all were at
And
3.5.
Ely liked it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the point.
And we all gave it above average score.
Yeah.
And it's an IPA, so if Ely likes
Yeah.
it, that's a winner.
It's basically a
Shocking.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You found this online, you said.
That's where I saw the ad
Okay.
that made me look it up, and then I sought it out today.
Where'd
Had
you get
at
it?
Wegmans.
Wegmans?
Yes, and they had the all-day vacays at Wegmans, which, according to the founder's website, should not be released till April.
Yeah, I remember
Interesting.
we saw that when we did the taste for that.
Yeah, and I looked it up again, and they have a release schedule, and they say
Oh,
April.
yeah, because they do the whole.
Hashtag blessed.
That's a hashtag summer beer.
Well, hashtag blessed because we get to have it.
So, okay. I got a crazy shift in direction if you're ready for it.
We're ready.
Okay.
What ever happened to Boo Boo? And has he been on here or is he coming on?
No, so I know who he is.
Okay.
I have figured that out. I don't have
I
proof
thought
of it.
Remember, it's the brother of a friend of ours.
Yes.
Okay.
So I
We have
can't-
lots of friends, so that doesn't really narrow it down.
Yeah.
I can't get an address.
Why wouldn't you just be like, hey, we know. Come on the show and talk about it.
I literally I have something for him. I have something for Boo Boo.
An invite to come on and talk about it?
Yes, but I need to. But I
He wants to send an invite.
I
to
want
him.
to.
Okay.
I want to do.
I
I want to
gotcha.
Boo Boo him.
Ah.
You know what
You
I
want
mean?
to boo-boo the boo-boo.
I want him to come to his doorstep.
He wants to
and go,
Mysterio the Boo Boo.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then find it, and then have a letter in there in my poor handwriting instead of his.
You're not going to cut out letters from and place them like
Oh,
a
yeah.
crazy
Do it
serial
serial
killer.
killer style.
Yeah.
Gotcha, Boo.
Yeah. Right.
I tore up so many magazines for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
All my Cosmos are ruined now. Thanks.
and it has been multiple times that I have reached out and
Hairdresser
been
Weekly.
like, I think I know who this is. You're the only one who can give me his address. Can you give me his address? Oh yeah, man, I'll get it to you. And then I never get it.
You know why?
So he's in.
He's
on
a
it.
grifter. No address. RV.
Yeah.
He's a nomad, dude. You can't get a hold of this guy.
I mean, last I heard, he was potentially as far away as PA or some shit.
That's not that far.
Pretty far for me.
Oh yeah.
So, but then he could be this dude.
So the brother is kind of shooting around us.
Stonewalling.
Oh, yeah. There's some, but now it's never been
They're
confirmed.
in cahoots.
Collusion.
I
Yeah,
wonder
see?
if there is a level of collusion there.
Yeah.
Because I went to the person I know very closely.
Oh.
And I said, I've got this figured out. Here's who it is. Can you help me out? Oh, man, what? No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
No, man, I think I got this
So
figured
the
out.
question is, does the brother even know that it's him?
Oh,
No, and I don't
great
even-
angle.
I don't even know, but I have been like, regardless, can you just give me your brother's address?
Yeah.
I need this
Because
contact.
you're saying the brother could
Yeah.
not be Boo Boo. It could be
Right.
the.
The one's pawning it off on the
Oh
brother.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not.
No?
You don't know that.
Oh, I know. I've looked at the clues. I've read every letter a dozen times.
I think
Like,
they're. I
He's
think
got
they're.
a wall with the red strings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just pinned
exactly.
up.
I think they're
beautiful
working
mindedness.
together.
Oh, that's a fact.
the one brother swears he's completely not involved, and if
So your
and if-
So
proof
then
is
why
that
won't
He's
he
a
give-
straight
why
up
won't he
liar.
give the address?
Your
then?
proof is because
Yeah.
he told you he wasn't? That's your proof? He said he wasn't, guys.
Your Honor, let me cross-examine the witness. Did you kill that man?
No.
No, I did not. All right, then well, let's all grab lunch. Where are we going? Yeah. Why waste anybody else's time?
I guess I've been bested.
He clearly said he didn't do it.
Right. You heard it.
Yeah, let's move
Right
along.
here.
Come on, I got other cases to clear up. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
His hand was on a Bible.
Sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. Clearly, it's not him.
I looked him in the eye.
Yeah.
What about all the video and forensic? He said he didn't do it. I don't know.
Right.
Did you hear what he
Did
said?
you hear it? I heard it.
He said no.
Jury, did y'all hear that? I
Right.
heard it. Let's move along.
Yeah, it's kind of where I guess I'm being stonewalled a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, it's real hard for someone to get their brother's address.
Right.
It's such a hard thing. If only there was like a way you could instantly reach out to him and talk to him.
Literally reaching
Yeah.
out to him right now.
No, I'm talking about the brother reaching out to his brother. The guy, our buddy, reaching out to his brother.
Yep.
Even if he's a nomad, like he's got to know, like
I need your brother's address.
he's you're Marco Poloing him right now.
Nice.
Yeah, that was real time.
Yeah.
Reached out
No
right
more
there.
stonewalling.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Maybe
see.
that'll put the pressure on him.
If he doesn't give it to us, let's just beat the shit out of him.
Ooh, yeah.
The brother is not involved.
He's involved. Why do you keep saying he's not involved?
He said he wasn't
he
Oh,
looked
yeah,
him
I
in the
forgot. I
eye.
keep forgetting that. He
We'll
said he
invite
was.
Eli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you met Eli?
Don't make Ely mad.
You won't like him when he's angry.
You won't like him when he's Eli.
All right, so I saw something weird this weekend.
What's that?
This was a little different. We can go down this road. So Virginia has officially legalized marijuana, but we have not at the same time. And there's states all over
Makes
this
sense.
union. There's states
That's
all
how we
over
would
this
do it.
union that have done precisely this kind of
Yeah.
angle.
Half-ass it.
Yeah. Oh, it's legal. We're not going to arrest you. You won't get in trouble, but don't you dare get it. Okay, now I'm confused.
Become a farmer. That's how you can get it.
Yeah.
So to people outside of the state, the rules here in Virginia are you can grow
Only 4 plants.
up to 4 plants.
Inside, outside of view of the public, which means you can't put it in front of a window.
You can put it outside if you put a tag on it. No, like in your yard. Like I can have it in my backyard. I would have to
Is
put
that out of the view of the
I would have to
public,
put a tag on it that says I own this and this is this one.
Wasn't aware of that provision.
That's how you can grow it outside.
Is it still like legal, but you can't buy and sell it?
Who wants to grow it outside though, right? Extra leafy and nonsense.
I think there's value in
I
soil.
saw a documentary that said the
I didn't say
outside is
soil.
better.
I mean, it's called weed for a fucking reason.
Yeah.
This shit will
It
grow
just grows
anywhere.
anywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, these
Unless you try to grow it yourself, right? Then it's
Well,
like
when
hard.
you honestly, when you have to
Yeah,
put
but
it inside,
scientists making it better indoors has made it way better.
sure.
Yeah.
But you're running a grow light for 20 hours. You have a tent to keep your plants separate. You have to like hand sex the plants. Like there's a whole stress that you have to go
Yeah.
through to grow stuff inside.
so
And part
you've
of the-
heard.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Rumors have it.
so part of the reason
Let me get
that
some of that hand sex.
I like the hand sex.
Can you sex me by hand?
Can I get an old fashioned?
Yeah.
So part of the reason that when Virginia passed it to say that it could be grown inside only, there are a lot of apartments and HOAs that don't allow for this. So they
Hand sex? This
Yeah.
fucking Puritan
Dude,
state,
where are
man.
we?
This is
we need to get our
ridiculous.
laws updated.
For
If you
real.
can't have hand sex,
I quit.
no, come on, that's basic.
I
Yeah,
should be
exactly.
arrested.
Yeah. I'm breaking the law right now.
Committed a crime against myself.
I'm breaking the law right now as we speak.
But no, the point was that like in an apartment where you're not allowed to grow it, it's discriminating against a segment of people who don't own a house, their own private house, to be able to.
I don't
grow
have
there.
outdoors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well,
was
maybe
the point of that.
maybe they don't want it grown outdoors because it's a weed. Will it will it
It
take
won't-
over?
No, it doesn't like proliferate like bamboo would. Or
It'll
something.
raid your pantry and shit.
Where'd all the Cheetos go? Oh, someone's growing weed.
That weed plant stole my wallet.
Yeah.
No, but it's
No, but like bamboo will fucking
Yeah,
take
absolutely.
over
Yeah,
and
yeah.
fucking.
But basically, like if a marijuana plant gets through the point where the seed comes out of the ground and you don't mow it over or something, it will just grow. Like you
Yeah.
don't have to
Yeah.
do anything. Like a little bit of rain every once in a while is
it's
probably enough.
the opposite of grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the easiest thing to grow.
Versus-
Ironically, it's called grass too.
Yeah, versus the cost and effort that goes into 20 hours of a grow light, tents,
Yeah.
all that stuff that you have to have inside of a house.
Yeah, and to give you, like Ely, you were saying who would want it, like indoors, outdoors. But like, have you ever had a hydroponic tomato and then like a real tomato grown in the soil?
You keep saying soil as if soil is the only. You can only do soil.
Well, so when I
outside.
think indoor, I think people are doing hydroponics. So I guess I'm
Oh.
thinking, and hydroponic is where you just have water and nutrients
Yeah.
rushing through the actual.
through a
Root
tube,
system.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's so there's no soil involved. There's something about soil that I think tastes better in a tomato. Like if I get a hydroponic tomato in the winter
Well, and there's
versus a tomato from I always liked
locally we have Hanover tomatoes.
Which are
I don't eat
dope.
tomatoes, but allegedly the soil there is like perfect for growing tomatoes.
it makes a better
Yeah.
tomato. So even if you took that same tomato plant and put it in hydroponic, it's just
Yeah.
something. But you know what's going to look better?
Oh
That
yeah,
hydroponic tomato is going to be perfect looking.
yeah.
I don't know. Neither here nor there. But in the state of Virginia, you cannot sell it. You cannot buy it anywhere. Now they have
Yeah,
people
it's
with,
legal, but you can't acquire it. Basically, like,
Yeah,
You can go the route of a medicinal card.
you can, but
Yeah.
then you can run afoul of federal laws because
Sure.
it's not legal federally.
Yep.
The one that concerns me and always will is
do we have any evidence that they're still coming into the states to bust people?
the federal government.
Yeah.
No, I haven't heard of it or seen it.
Yeah.
Because it's happening all over the country. I mean, technically, you get a state like California or a whole bunch of them now where it's perfectly recreational, legal. You can go buy it anywhere. Those places aren't getting raided.
Right.
Well,
by
what
the DEA.
didn't we talk about New York skirting the system when they first passed it, where they would like you buy a piece of art for
Well,
like
that's DC.
Oh, that's what it
has
was,
really
yeah.
been kind of the poster child for you cannot.
Have you heard about this, Ely?
No.
How they skirt? It's brilliant. So basically, you call up your dealer and you say, "I want whatever amount, $100, whatever." You're buying a piece of art, so the bike messenger brings you a little piece of art, and they're like, "Here's your artwork you ordered, and by the way, for free because you bought this piece of art. Here's your weed."
That's awesome.
Like,
Yeah, and they even have
consider gifting effectively.
yeah,
they even have stores that they call co-ops up there. And so you become a member of the co-op, and then you will go in there and be like, just coming in to check on the co-op, and today I'd like to give you a $50 donation. Oh, well, as a gift, would you like to shop for $50? You know, it's
Makes sense.
That's basically all it is. There's
Go over to our $50 rack and take whatever you like.
And so Virginia has said we're not going to go this route, but you still can gift. That's still the way our law is written. You can trade. It's kind of how it is.
For
You
money.
well, yeah, you can trade.
I trade you this $50 bill.
So, how would you get busted?
Well, so I'm not exactly sure, but I've also haven't seen any kind of.
And when did this start?
This was last year that it started.
Are you sure
100%.
it wasn't January this year?
It was last year.
Yeah, it was July of last year.
Yeah, July 1 last
No one's-
year, I think.
What? No one's counting. July 1 last year. And in 2024, they're supposed to have figured it out so the Virginia state can run it like an ABC store.
To run to like dispensaries and have like retail stores for it.
Yeah, they're
where
gonna.
you don't need a medicinal license.
The
for
state's
it
going to become a drug dealer, and then they're going to.
Yeah.
They already are.
So,
Selling
what's the
cigarettes and alcohol.
rule with smoking it?
You can smoke it in your home.
Not in public.
Yeah, not in public.
Can't smoke it in public, and you can't drive while intoxicated.
But how are they sussing that one out?
I'm sure they're going to figure it out. I mean, there's basic tests you can do right now that are saliva tests that'll basically let you know if somebody has marijuana in their system actively.
Yeah, but that could be
i.e.
30
No.
days ago, right?
That's a P test because that's testing for something that your body produces when
Breaking down.
it's breaking
Yeah.
it down, and that's what they're testing for. That takes 30 days.
Well-
But a saliva test is 4 hours, which I
Oh,
think is
wow.
actually a perfectly fair test. Like somebody
They
shows
give
up
you a
to
math
work.
test.
Yeah. If you go, all right, buddy.
Right.
Sir, you're going the wrong way. How do they know where we're going?
Yeah, exactly. But so this past weekend, I saw a buddy of mine hit me up and was like, "Hey, there's this thing going on downtown, and it's like some kind of a. It was billed as like a concert, right? But it was at a place where like clearly, you could see in the imagery of the notification that, and it's not like posted anywhere. But
yeah,
it's like
because I haven't heard about this.
there's clearly leaves and things like pot leaves
Yeah.
and stuff. And they're like, there's this concert, $10 cover charge. You want to come in and check it out? And so he's like, do you want to go see it? And I'm like, I would be interested to see what is going on down here. Like,
Yeah.
how are we at the stage where there is this kind of pseudo black market starting to happen in the legal universe?
And you like reggae.
Love reggae. Go there, country music. I was
Really?
like, fail.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not hard to do. Just play reggae.
Yeah. Now I go to the website because I'm like, what the hell is this? You know, and they're like, strictly
Sounds like a setup.
on the up and up. You know, there's nothing will be purchased, nothing will be smoked, nothing. This is just a gathering of
Aficionados.
like-minded souls.
Nobody was smoking?
This what this says. It's like
That's
there-
what the
That's what
advertisement
they
says.
say.
now it does say if this is a safe place where if you want to trade seeds for other growers, you
Which
can
is perfectly legal.
you can trade seeds. And I was like, be interested to see what this whole universe looks like. So we go down to this warehouse downtown, show up, pay a $10 cover, and walk in, and there's a dude playing guitar, and there's couches everywhere, and like picnic tables all set up. And
It's like a farmer's market.
yeah, and people are just sitting inside this warehouse hanging out. And I'm like looking around, and there's like over here, there's like plants growing. And I'm like, what the hell am I looking at here? And then like I see like munchies and shit, and like a barbecue sales guy. And like I start walking
So
around.
there's food vendors.
Yeah, and everything looks kind of normal, except it reeks, right? Like everybody's sitting around just smoking. I'm like, okay, this is interesting.
Oh,
And, like,
so people were smoking.
oh, clearly. Yeah, no, like you walked in, you were like, okay. There's a lot of people.
So is that legit? Like, can businesses say that they want to let people do that?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out.
I didn't think you could
Very
smoke
much.
anything anywhere inside ever again.
Well, it's a private event, right?
Yeah,
Because I'm
you
paying
paid
a
a
cover.
cover.
yeah.
It's very much a gray area, and
Well, because
where
there's
we
still
are.
like cigar lounges where you
Sure.
can like go
Yeah,
smoke
yeah.
a cigar.
But then, so I notice around the edge of the room, there's tables all set up. And as I'm going by the tables, there's like crystals and all kinds of hippie shit, that I'm like,
what?
Dream catchers.
oh yeah, no, it's dream catchers and crystals and bullshit.
Patchouli everywhere.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right,
You're in heaven.
I'm not getting it. Like, and then all of a sudden, like, I see like there was like a little menu, and like there's like such and such and such and such, and this kind of sativa and this indica and this and a dollar amount, and I'm like, okay, that doesn't seem right. So I'm like, what's the deal with this? And they're like, duh, man, that's purple Urkel and this right here. And like they start showing me stuff.
What's with the new guy?
What's with
Oh.
the cop in here?
No,
Narc,
there's-
exactly.
Who let the
100
narc in?
100%.
I'm here for your weeds, guys. What are you selling, bro?
How do
Hello,
you do,
fellow
kids?
young people.
Yeah. No, I was clearly in there like 420, huh, guys? Yeah. No.
White New Balance and your white socks.
Yep, carrying
No.
a skateboard.
Yeah.
That's brand new.
No, I stuck out like a sore thumb. Like there was no doubt about that. But like
Jorts.
walked around and sure enough, they were just people were taking like there'd be a basket and they'd be like, "Oh, you want to donate? That's great, man. Thanks for the help."
Thanks for helping the cause.
Yeah, like you people put money in the basket and then they'd be like, "You should definitely try this." And like boom. And then I was walking around and there was one table they had like Doritos that were like they were like, "You probably only eat 2 of those Doritos, man." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Twix?" They were like
Infused.
in packages that look like Doritos or packages,
Whoa.
but then it says right on it, like, and this stuff's clearly from like California. So obviously there's a little bit of an influx of like the California
Interstate
stuff.
Legal things
commerce.
moving,
Yeah, which is
Wow.
not, and then you see the people who are like a lot closer to the letter of the law, where this dude looks like an old hippie, and he's like, "I've been growing this one right here for the last 6
Yeah.
months, and I think this may be my best strain yet," and like just openly talking about it, and I was like, "I'll be damned," and it was just a full-on flea market where anything went. I was shocked.
That's crazy.
Music was
Wow.
horrible, horrible.
I love
Sounds
that.
like fun.
I love that there were no cops there.
Other than him.
But I mean, I gotta wonder, like, can a cop show up and just bust all those people? Because it
don't
seems
know.
to be,
Not if
it's
they're donating.
I think
This is a
I think
real gray area,
the
man.
cover part, you paid for entry, and then you gave money to somebody to support them doing whatever their business is or growing weed or whatever. But like, you didn't get anything from that they can prove.
I'm guessing the cops
there's
have
no
gotten off
receipts or
that whole
anything.
weed, busting people from minuscule amounts of weed.
Well, part of what the bill was that was passed in Virginia was decriminalizing
Yeah.
possession, as well as they can't do stop and seizure for suspected. Like,
Yeah.
you smell like weed, we can stop you. Like,
Yeah.
that's all out the window now.
I remember hearing a case about like some dude getting busted and he had like a paper bag and or like some film canisters in his car that the cop could see, and they were like, "Well, that's paraphernalia." And I'm
Yeah.
like, if that's paraphernalia, then like any satchel or any like
Right.
anything that holds anything could be paraphernalia.
Yeah.
Like,
Ansel Adams was a fucking kingpin.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It was-
I don't, like you said, we're very much in a gray area with that stuff because
I found it interesting because I've never heard anything like or seen anything like that. I just knew it was legalized.
but it would have been busted if it was like if the police cared, that would have already been busted.
You would think, but like I'm not seeing anything like this promoted. Like this was literally somebody came out of the woodwork and was like, "Look at this! Like this is crazy." And he was going there, and I was like, "You know what? I want to see what this is about."
Yeah,
I
but
wanna-
police have their ear to the street. Like they, if it-
Sure, these
like, it
people
would-
in there were not the Kissingers. This was not a bright
yeah.
bunch. There was an old man in there.
When it wasn't like labeled as something else, and it's like it wasn't like a speakeasy where you had to like knock and give the code. It was like,
Oh, it was not difficult. There was a dude standing outside in a T-shirt. It's freezing cold, and he's dancing. Like what are you doing dancing?
Yeah.
There's not even music to dance to, and he's just dancing outside, and there's big old pot leaves flying on flags. Like,
yeah,
it wasn't like it was super, super undercover.
yeah.
yeah.
Think about how much workload this has taken off of attorneys, judges, and
Oh
cops.
yeah.
That's the point of all
crazy.
of it, man. Like, reducing unnecessary like
It's got to hurt
arrest.
the DOC.
I tell you, there wasn't a single, like, this was probably one of the most laid back places I'd
Imagine
ever
though
seen.
if you're doing time for some bullshit weed.
That's the whole other flip side of things where now they're trying to go back through and expunge all of
Yeah.
those records for unnecessary.
Yeah, but it's like, thanks, you cleared my name, but I've been in here 10
Yeah.
years.
yeah, how do you get
Well,
that
and you got to
back?
find people who are only popped for that one thing.
Well, that's
Yeah.
how like the
minor amounts of possession or
Yeah.
things
yeah,
like that.
that's a
Yeah.
lot easier to expunge than this dude also beat his wife. And then
that's
it's like,
how
well,
that race car dude, the IndyCar guy, got out from Obama doing that releasing of people.
What? I don't know.
It was that show on Netflix where it's like all the things
Oh, yeah,
that
the
happened in
F1.
sports.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't watched
Yeah,
that.
It's crazy.
Some guy got popped for pot or
He's
something?
basically like racing in like IndyCar.
Oh, this is the guy who was like bringing shit over like
Yeah, from
illegally.
Colombia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was a race car driver.
Yes, yeah. The
I saw
reason
like
he
a
got
30 for
out-
30 or something.
Yeah, exactly. The only reason he got out was because of this, decriminalizing it.
But that dude was bringing over tons.
Oh, dude.
like he had
200,000
cargo ships
pounds.
with false bottoms,
which
in it.
is
like,
still perfectly illegal.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even in the States, we're like, yeah, it's cool. You
They still have
can't
like weight amounts. And
I had
yeah.
4 big plants.
Yeah.
really, really big thing.
Yeah.
But even in Virginia, I think it's an ounce, half ounce.
ounce.
I've heard an ounce.
Yeah, you can't have more than that, or they're like, and now the penalty has gone up dramatically over that ounce mark.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it used to be a certain amount. Now they're like, okay, nothing under an ounce would get you in trouble. Over an ounce, though, the mandatory minimum's gone up. So
But the
they're-
funny thing is, like, how does somebody get an ounce without talking to someone who has multiple ounces? Like,
Right. Yeah.
it is the problem.
Hey, now
yeah.
Troy, you're
I
asking
met the one
wrong
guy
answer.
that had 1 ounce and he didn't want anymore.
yeah, that'd be like you can carry around one beer with you. It's like, all right, that's good, but I need somebody that has 12 that he can move. Like, I buy 1 ounce, I get 1 ounce, and then I get rid of it. I get
Yeah.
1 ounce, I get rid of it.
Well, the gray area is here. That's all I know.
I just love our loophole ways. Like,
Oh, yeah.
every
Our
law,
ingenuity to get
every
around
law
bullshit.
is like crazy. It's like when people flip over taxes. It's like they make tax laws, and then you pay a professional to figure out how to get you around those tax laws. Like, that's just what we do.
find the
Yeah.
angle
Yeah.
that's legal,
Yeah,
but works in your favor.
exactly.
That's basically what I saw. A lot
Yeah.
of people who were like, here's the angle, and here's what's up. It was.
Were you gonna say something, Lee? That
No. In talking about like gray areas and loopholes with this stuff, I've got a friend who found just a random Instagram account who has like one post, and it's like the right messaging, and there's a phone number in there, and you text them, and it's like, all right, what do you want? Well, I'll show up, and if you're anywhere in the Richmond metro region, like
I've been hearing rumors of delivery
Yeah.
services,
And it's like
popping
this-
up.
Mr.
This
nice
is-
guy.
this is
Basically.
explicitly not legal. Like by every definition, there's nothing about this that's legal, and
Yeah, but don't
It
you
works.
want police to focus on like
crime.
theft and rape?
me
and,
personally,
yeah,
absolutely,
yeah.
yes. Like
And I think they are.
yeah.
I'm assuming they are. I mean,
Yeah.
there are bigger fish to fry,
Absolutely.
right? I mean,
But it's still, I guess when I was in there, it felt very comfortable. But there was still always that thing in the back of my mind, like,
what happens if
Well,
this
we-
can't be right.
we're of the age though where like it was illegal, like, and by illegal prison, like. So
Yeah, I think kids
our
coming up-
age, I think everyone younger than us will be like, "What's the big deal, boomer?" Like
Yeah.
when we were like,
They won't have that stigma.
Yeah.
They'll just be like, oh, that's the thing.
"Oh,
I'll-
you'll be weird if you're our kids' age and be like, you don't smoke pot? What?" Like,
Yeah.
Oh, if I smell pot in a party, I'm like, oh shit, this party's getting wild, and that'll be pretty normal for the kids
Oh,
that
yeah.
are coming up now. Like,
For sure.
very odd.
it's like the person who never has a drink of alcohol. Everybody kind of looks at them weird, like, "You've never had a drink?" They're like, "No, I just don't want it." It's like, wait, what? Like, that's
find
going to
it
be pot
odd.
to our kids.
You find it odd people who've never had a drink?
Yes, very much so. Because I would think it's 100% normal for people to have had drinks and stop drinking.
Yes.
To say I've never had a drink is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll give you. I was going to argue with you, but now I think I'm actually going to agree with you. The person who has just never tried it.
Yeah, what is that?
Like
Even
they're-
if you know,
they're-
like, it's
they're
a family
30
history thing, you think you'd still try a
Right.
beer or
You
try
would.
a glass of wine or try
Yeah, you're
a
30
mixed
years
drink.
old. You've
Yeah.
never tried a drink. You're like, it's
Yeah,
been perfectly
something's
legal
weird
for
there.
you for a while now.
Yeah.
My dad's 62 and has never had an alcoholic beverage.
You believe that?
Yeah,
Really?
100%.
Does he ever? Did he give you a
I don't
reason?
know. You think really?
Yeah, like again,
Does he ever smoke a
knowing
cigarette?
his family, I would say no.
Ever smoked a left-handed cigarette?
I would also I would say no to that before I'd say a regular cigarette.
Yeah, he probably didn't do the legal stuff.
Yeah,
But does he have a like? Is it a
no, he just
history
came
of?
from a super conservative family. Didn't want to ever touch it. Like he and I were having a conversation a couple years ago. We're cooking dinner, and you know, I was
You're
mention-
blasted.
we were
Yeah.
mentioning.
I was
like,
doing the keg stand. He was like, "Why are you upside down, son?"
I was butt funneling Jim Beam. Dad's like, "Hey, I'm
Again.
cooking dinner. Help me."
I can't.
Every time I come over here, you're doing that. What does it mean? What's it like?
No, we were talking about like cooking foods with alcohol, whether it's beer or wine or
Yeah.
whatever else in the food, but also like pairing things. And he was like, "Yeah, you know, I think to myself all the time, maybe I should just try a beer next time I have a meal, but I'm just so worried it's gonna get me, you know,
Yeah.
so
But
drunk."
he'll cook with it.
That's how
Yeah.
Satan gets
Like
in.
he'll go.
Yeah, he's not
to-
wrong.
Yeah.
He'll go to the grocery store.
I
buy
just
a
picture
wine.
your dad taking the plate and slamming it up against the wall. Get this devil shit out of here.
Right.
No, no.
Yeah. Like foosball.
Yeah. But he's like, I just worry I get so drunk. I was like, you're like 6'2", 250, dog. Like,
Yeah.
for one beer,
One
you'll
beer.
feel it. Don't get me wrong. Like you never had a beer, you're like you'll feel something. But
Would
like,
you feel it?
I think
Yeah.
you would feel something
Yeah.
different by the time you
100%.
finished it.
If
But
I
you're not
have
gonna
one
feel
beer,
drunk.
I
You find
feel it.
yourself warm and smiling a little
Yeah.
bit more.
But I don't think
You
you'd
really
be
think
drunk.
if you're a full-grown, I mean, 6'2", 250 is a big dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you really think just having a Coors Light, you would feel that?
If I have one glass of wine, I know I have a glass of wine in me. I feel
But
it.
that's different than a light beer.
Yeah, I would say a glass of wine. That's the one I feel. You give me one glass of wine, I'm like,
yeah,
damn.
immediate.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really does hit me. Probably better than a light beer, but still, even a light beer, you know something's up.
Give your dad's in O'Doul's and he's like slamming up against the wall.
Yeah.
Man, I knew I
Yeah.
shouldn't have done this.
This is the best.
I love you, son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate you. Like, this is
Exactly.
Jekyll and Hyde.
You borrow your funnel.
I'm thinking of that Adam Sandler skit. You remember that one?
18 of them, man.
Yeah. And he's like, must have been all that weed. I said, yeah, those were pencil shavings.
Right. Yeah.
Must have been all this beer I drank. man.
But like I don't drink in front of them because like
Really?
yeah, it feels weird to me to like I've had wine in front of them, had beer in front of them,
That's
but like
even more weird to me.
it just
Yeah.
I recognize that I don't need it around them by any means, and I don't want to make them feel weird.
Yeah,
and
I don't
it's
like drinking in front of people who aren't drinking. It makes me feel
It's
weird.
like I don't mind drinking in front of other people, but they're still my parents. Like that part to me feels.
I
more
don't
weird.
fathom that.
It
Yeah,
is. It's
I have
weird.
a hard
'cause-
time
I'm
wrapping
with
my
you.
head around that because I would be like, this is what society does.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
this is what we do. Like, so you're gonna judge me, like,
Which is funny because you're not a big drinker.
right?
Yeah.
So they
Ely's probably of the four of us here tonight, he drinks less by far
For
probably
sure.
than all of us.
dude, I'll drink more tonight than he'll have all weekend.
Yeah.
But like
That's accurate.
if we go out to dinner together, it's like water for me, water for my mom, and like a Mountain Dew for my dad or something. Like, and I feel bad for like the waiter or waitress is like, well, sorry, you're not making any money tonight, dog.
Don't you feel like that's like a weird fake force field that you're putting up to like you don't even really get to know them or know you?
it goes into like a weird
snap.
spot, yes, where like I don't feel like I've ever been like best friends.
you don't have
with
to
my
get blasted
parents
with 'em.
because I never got like the chance to sit
does that
around.
bother
and-
you?
It didn't bother me. But like, yeah, there's a part of
Does
me
that-
there's
is
a
it-
part of me that wishes that I could sit around and have like a glass of wine with my mom or like drink a bourbon with my dad.
Yeah,
And
like
your mom doesn't drink.
No.
That's like my favorite thing is having a few drinks with my folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that is
Like I love drinking with other people's parents.
Like, do you
It's
think that
fantastic.
there's?
Yeah.
Do you think that having drinks means that you'll talk about things that you may not talk about? Like, do you think it would open the door to other conversations that you wouldn't have?
No, I think we have a pretty open conversations about things, but
I think if you never had drinks, then breaking bread is that release where you can like have those conversations. Like around the
Yeah.
table, you'll have those conversations.
yeah. But to Ely's point, like there's you get 2 beers in or 2 glasses of wine or you finish a bottle of wine off of somebody, you get into that next level
Yeah.
conversation that I've never really gotten to with my parents about a lot of things because
Where it would
I'm
just be
not in
nice
the
to see them
headspace
let
to
their
ask
hair
that.
down.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my parents are.
Well, and I
super chill,
also
like-
can't understand like me just not being me for someone
Exactly.
else. Like that's the
Yeah.
weird part. Like,
I feel uncomfortable
yeah,
drinking
Yeah.
around. Like no drink. Sometimes if no one's drinking, I feel uncomfortable
I don't.
showing that I like to drink.
that's
Really?
weird. That's it. But that's a you problem.
100%.
They're
No,
not.
no, I'm not
they're
denying
not
that.
putting that on themselves.
No. They don't,
and
and they
honestly-
probably wouldn't care.
2/3 of the room is probably like, thank God you started. I've been sitting over here in the corner wondering when the fuck everybody's
Yeah.
going to start drinking.
Oh, you ever noticed that when something goes around, it's like iced tea, sweet tea,
Ultra.
Coke, and then I'll be like, get a Heineken, and then it's like, actually, I'd
Yeah.
love a Heineken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like
Right.
it
The
The
trickles
work
down.
lunch is always that way. It's like you're waiting for somebody to break the
Yeah.
ice on that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
my uncle, who you guys have met at the lake, doesn't drink, and he goes out on the water.
That dude
and-
doesn't drink?
He doesn't drink, and he goes out on the water and is around everyone who's drinking.
That is the
entire
mayor
time.
of that
I
whole
know,
town. I
yeah.
assumed he was the biggest drinker.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking shit, but I assumed he was the biggest
Yeah,
drinker.
Doesn't drink.
I'll be damned.
But when I go out with him, I'll drink a 12-pack.
The only time I've ever been around him, my left eye was shut. So, yeah, he
Yeah,
knows
Phil-
I drink.
Again, with neither of my parents drink at this point. They have a like a annual cookout that we have in the fall, and I didn't tell one of my coworkers who had only been working with me for about 6 months that my parents don't drink. Invited him over. Him and his family came by, and he shows up with like a 6-pack of beer, and like that's what he and his family do. Like
Yeah.
they sit around and drink.
But
And
I'm
they-
assuming your parents aren't going to judge somebody. if
No,
they
no,
drink.
no, no,
Yeah.
not at all. Like they said nothing about it, but like I pulled him aside. I was like, hey, by the way, sorry, I forgot to tell you my parents don't drink or whatever. I'll take this home because like if I leave it here.
And
it's
how are you with
not gonna-
handling snakes? I'm just asking.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't mention that.
Yeah. Did you bring your snake translator?
But he kind of got upset with me. He was like, dude, you should have told me like your parents don't drink. It was like there a reason. I was like, no, they just choose
But
not
like,
to,
were you
whatever.
telling him to stop drinking, or were you telling him to?
No. I was apologizing that I didn't inform him that like no
I wouldn't
one
have even picked up on
of,
it.
like,
I would have
40
still drank
people
my
at this-
6-pack and been like, "Oh, you guys don't drink? Okay, I'm
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
here as an adult drinking my drinks."
Yeah, I'm over here like, don't drink, huh? That must be weird.
Yeah,
What's
you guys
that
are
like?
weird.
I even feel bad
Anybody
around.
give you any bottles of anything that you don't want to drink? I can,
Yeah.
I can take them off your hands.
Right.
I'm always the guy showing up, even around other drinkers, and I show up with my own cooler,
Right.
which
Yeah.
always feels a little odd because I realize no one else has brought a cooler. But I'm like, boom. I have 14 drinks of my
Yeah.
choosing here.
Just
I'm
in case
set.
you guys run out.
I don't.
You know
need
what,
any
though?
of
More
you.
often than not,
Yeah.
everyone's hitting the cooler
Yeah.
because I have a variety. Do it up. And the backside of that cooler is the little mini bottles in case things get weird.
And
If I-
believe it or not, I do drink a good amount. I just don't drink ever like more than 5 beers.
So, yeah, okay. Then so you
I'm
still.
saying like when I days that I actually drink a crack of beer is more frequent than you would think. But I just never keep drinking.
You drink on a Wednesday?
Sometimes, but almost never.
Yeah. It's like
You don't get blasted. You don't get drunk.
Never.
Yeah.
No.
He hasn't been.
I don't think I've ever seen Ely drunk.
No.
Oh, there was a time.
Oh, I'm sure.
There was a time. Ely would put him down at a level you. Pretty special kind of dude right there.
Special. That could go either way.
Eli used to drink a lot of beers.
Yeah.
And then one day, all of a sudden, he was just like, I think basically was you don't want to be drunk.
I love day drinking, and I can't.
Yeah.
I don't want to. There's no point in staying up till 2 anymore for me. I guess
I'm
that's
with
kind of
you.
where I am.
That's kind of where I've gotten lately. Like I'll
Yeah.
start drinking earlier,
Yes.
and then,
Day drink is the best.
but
It
I'll
is
drink.
the
I'll
best.
drink up until like 11,
Right.
and then it's like it's just water. But I'm staying up till 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got it. Like I'd rather. I think because I don't want to. The next day is like the next day. I want to like get every minute.
Yeah, as
like,
soon as you go
squeeze
to
the
sleep, you
juice.
know you're waking up and you're working.
Especially on the
Yeah.
weekends and stuff. Like I'm like, I want to squeeze every minute out of this. But the truth is,
You don't see that about squeezing the minutes out of the next morning?
no, you see, that's the problem. I'm sacrificing all of those hours. It's not like I'm changing the amount of time that I'm
Right.
up and living.
Yeah.
And that's just a mental thing. Like I'm fully aware of it. I guess I'm at that first stage of the problem,
Yeah.
acceptance. I haven't made a move, so I'll stay up. and watch the same stupid ass shit. And someone told me the other day, they're like, there's nothing worth staying up for that you wouldn't be willing to get up early in the morning to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that was a really good way to put it, because it's not like I got to get up at 8 a.m. so I can watch Letterkenny.
Yeah.
But I'll sit and fucking watch Letterkenny from midnight till 3 in the morning on a Friday night, not even drinking, just like sitting there just
zoned out.
doing
Right.
my thing. It's like,
I think you and a lot of people like that alone, quiet time.
maybe
I'm
I do,
that
but
way.
I get a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I get doses of that after they go to bed.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. But like I stay up till midnight. There's no reason.
Like my wife goes to bed at 10,
On
so I
weekdays.
like that 10 to 12 time where it's
Yeah.
like
Oh,
I
agree.
can watch the true crime documentaries I like, and she doesn't have to see it. And
Yeah. Well, see, Angela and I are very different in that we watch the exact same stuff.
yeah,
And now I will like watch car videos, but other than that, like shows that we watch, she has the exact same interests. So we
Yes.
watch the same things.
My wife's in bed by 9, by like 8,
Really?
9 during the week. So like all that time is mine. And I got to find the stuff that we won't watch on the weekend. So like the stuff we like, now I have to branch out.
Yeah.
I got to go find other stuff.
Well,
Which
there's
is
plenty out there though.
Oh yeah, no, the world's full of crap. So
So you're just steadily milling around the house by yourself from 9 p.m. till midnight.
but that's how projects get done too.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of weird shit. Like this room's actually falling apart bit by bit. I'm noticing.
I know you
This,
can't hear it, listeners, but it is
Yeah.
falling apart.
no, this off season, there's like things that like the kegerator blew out. The damn fireplace ain't working right. Like the bar's bugging me. Like there's about to be a whole lot of projects.
About
Renault.
to Chip and Joanna this bitch.
Yeah, I
Right.
just need to get we need to get 2 podcasts
He needs to find
done.
himself a chip.
I've already got the shiplap. That's my little Joanna.
Oh God.
I was getting ready to drop a shiplap joke, and you beat me to it.
Oh, I'm glad you missed the joke that he dropped.
Oh,
I
that was
heard.
awesome.
Oh, great. Good,
Yeah.
great.
You're no Chip.
Yeah.
Dickies jacket or not.
Yeah.
Objection! Hearsay!
Was that you?
No.
Sounded like you.
No, that's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Pretty good one. Yeah, it comes in handy.
One of the shows I watch without my wife.
Clearly, my wife doesn't get that show.
One of the best comedies.
I hardly get it, but I still watch it.
The implication.
I love Charlie tangling with that attorney. That shit is
I think that's where.
Objection! Hearsay!
yeah.
Like, I don't know if that's Mac or him, but it's
I think
no.
it's Charlie.
It's fantastic.
So here's a Sunny question that I feel like I think I'm 3 or 4 seasons in. Is it the shit? I can't remember his name.
Mac.
Not Mac, not Charlie. The other one
Oh,
starts with a D, right?
Dennis.
Dennis. Yeah.
Like that could
So
be Dennis.
so
too.
he's always like portrayed as like the really super handsome guy. Am I missing something? Is that like an insight? Like he's not that good looking of a dude. Like
No, that's just part of the funny.
okay,
handsome is in the eye of himself.
yeah, okay.
No, he's superior in every way.
In his mind. Yeah,
yes,
okay.
100%.
All right.
He drives a Range Rover.
Yeah.
You know, he's a piece of shit. He's fantastic.
Is DeVito the best character on the show?
He's maybe the greatest ever.
And his
He
stature
he's
adds
kept-
humor.
He's kept
Right?
that
He's
show running,
phenomenal.
right?
Oh my God!
Because he wasn't on there initially.
Yeah, he wasn't on for the first
Like the first season, I don't think he was on.
I think he was involved with it though
Yes.
from the jump. Like
Oh,
not
really?
maybe on screen, but like he was involved. He's an interesting cat,
You can
Say
say that.
Yeah.
say the least. I mean, look, to be a sex symbol like that and still have your have your wits about you like later in life, that's hard to do. Well done,
His
Dan.
wife's a dime piece.
For sure.
Rita Perlman. I mean, yeah, she's definitely the last person.
I don't think it's Rita. I think it's like Rhea.
Is she related to Ron?
That'd be hilarious.
It would.
That's my brother. He's like 6'5".
Yeah. Have you seen Don't Look Up?
No,
Yes.
dude, I cannot.
love that movie.
Yeah, that movie's
It's
pretty
good?
hilarious.
Dude, how awesome is that?
It's pretty hilarious.
The trailer looks awful.
Dude, it is awesome. At least
Really?
I love it. Oh, like if you can, it's very idiocracy like. So
Uh-huh.
if you can get into the sheer, like, I don't know, satire of the situation that our world's in right now, it's
you know
just
what
the best.
You know what the beauty of that movie is? It was written, and then they started doing it before COVID.
Right.
That's not actually a comment on COVID.
Well, yeah, it's about us. It's just a culture.
Well, it was to DiCaprio, and that it was about climate change. That was his in his mind, right? He was like, climate change is coming towards us, and we're not addressing it. That's how he.
No, the
No,
movie's
it is.
clearly about the polarization of when Trump was around and
No,
the
that's
left
what's
and the right.
That's what's funny. It wasn't intended to be that, and then
It's climate
No,
change.
it was climate change. But yes, it was like the beginning of the Trump thing. But when you look at it now, it seems so COVID related.
I don't see that at all.
The way that the
I see it
people
as
fight.
no. It's polarized right, left.
Oh, yeah,
That's
no,
what it is.
100%. But that was always there. I'm just saying
It's
people
just
see it
idiocracy.
now. Yes.
It's idiocracy combined with, again, the polarization of like, they're like, dude, an asteroid's gonna kill us, and the other parties on stage like, don't look up, like it's fake news. Don't look up. Don't listen to them as the shit's coming in to destroy them. It's just that kind of satire. Just
But I'm
cracks
pretty
me
sure
up.
Brendan's right. I'm pretty sure I read that it was the
I-
left. If the left is basically mocking the right, saying climate change is coming.
That's what it was originally. That's how Leo.
He may be
looked at it.
selling it that way, but there's nothing in there about that.
No, they don't. They use
No,
the asteroid
no.
instead of climate change. But the asteroid is climate change. McKay said that on an
Okay.
interview.
But I think over the last couple years, it was exacerbated by COVID.
And you could put anything in the asteroid's place.
I don't-
COVID, other.
Science,
Yeah,
truth,
yeah.
knowledge, experts. Like, yeah.
It's an interesting movie.
Yes,
it is. It
for
is
sure.
very funny.
I didn't
It's-
realize it was satire. Angela watched it before me and was like, "Yeah, it was okay." And then I saw the trailer and I was like, "Oh, this
No,
is
it's
satire?
satire.
This is great. I need to watch this."
Yeah.
And I loved it.
The only reason Leo, see, I can't even say this because when he said it, it spoiled it for me. So I guess the ending of it, like there was, I don't know how to put it without. Leo made a comment, and when I saw an interview with him, and he
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, it was satire," and I wanted to get on board. And then, spoiler alert, if you care, you'd have to read into this, but like Leo was like, I looked at it and I wanted to do it. But he was like, if it didn't end the way I wanted it to end, I wasn't going to do it.
Right.
And then so he was like, so when I looked at when I saw the whole picture, he was like, yeah, it's a good satire. I'll do it.
Right.
Did you see? Speaking of satires, I didn't know it was satire. Did you see the girl in the window across the street from the other girl or whatever it was?
So everyone keeps talking about that.
No. Should I be watching it?
It's a make fun of, well, it's a satire.
all the other ones that
Oh.
are like that.
Yeah, the girl on the
Yeah.
train, the girl with the dragon tattoo, all of these
Rear
kind of,
Window.
yeah, all of these kind of movies.
So it's satire too.
But it's
Yeah.
subtle, apparently.
Really?
Apparently it's super
You
subtle.
don't realize it until it's like 8 or 9 episodes, and they're all like 20, 30 minutes.
Okay.
But you
here's-
don't really realize it.
I,
But when it goes off the rails, you're like, oh, that's pretty fucking funny and dark.
Right.
I told
Yeah.
my wife that it was satire, and she was watching it, and she's like, "It's not," and I'm like, "It is.
Yeah.
It's making fun of all those movies." She's like,
That's why the title's ridiculous.
"But she's like, but I
Right.
haven't seen all those movies." So to her, it
Yeah.
was kind of like a first run.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, and then she's like, and then it did take a turn, and she's like, and I could see how it was, but she was like, it was good because she hasn't, and I haven't seen all those movies.
to
So,
take your daughter to work day is where you finally grab it. If you
but
don't
so
know.
apparently it's a well done show though.
Yeah.
It's not like don't drink your juice in the hood
yeah.
kind of thing. Whatever. What was that movie?
Don't be
drink
a
your.
menace to South Central. while
Yeah.
drinking your
There
juice in the hood.
it is. Yes.
The Wayans brothers.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah.
So okay, so it's not that in your face.
No,
Not like an airplane or something.
You kind of don't really know until 3 or 4 episodes in, and there's a scene where the lead, she's talking about how her daughter had died, and her daughter died because spoiler alert, her daughter dies because the husband takes the daughter to work, and he's a psychologist for murderers, and he's in a prison cell with this guy who like kills people and eats them, and he catches a
So
phone
this is a Hannibal
call.
Lecter
He
type.
catches his phone. He catches a phone call and goes outside to grab a phone call and leaves the fucking kid in there with the mass murderer. Yeah.
Dude. Oh,
That's hilarious.
yeah.
I'm gonna take this call.
Right.
And
Okay.
the wife's like,
Would you mind watching him?
it's take your kid to work day. You have to go. And he's like, I don't want to. I don't want to take.
Okay,
her.
so that's when
Yeah.
because like my wife watched an episode, she's like, nah, and she watched another episode, she's like, I don't know that it's a satire, and I'm like, I keep hearing it's a satire. So
Yeah.
that's the difference. It
And
starts
then the
normal.
twist at the end when you finally realize who the killer is, you're like, well, that's weird.
All right, I'm gonna
Nice.
check it out. Lee's just laughing to himself. I don't know what
Have you
he
seen
knows
any
or
of this?
doesn't.
No.
Oh.
I haven't seen anything. I don't know if I've even heard of it.
Do you own a
Netflix.
television?
Yeah.
Yes. My parents let me have that.
Nice. Yeah.
Just not Netflix.
We had some fun.
Jesus
You're
must
a
be
fucking
happy.
hippie.
Been watching Birds a lot recently.
That's an old
That's a
drop.
real talk, though.
That's what Lee's up to.
Yeah.
There's a new documentary series that just came out on Netflix called Worst Roommate Ever. That's 5 episodes long. It's pretty good.
That was about Jay.
If Jay murdered
Ew.
8 people and buried them in the backyard, yeah.
Jury's
Yeah,
out.
no. Well, this is the guy that rents the land at the house, who keeps the horses there. We had one that died a couple years back. Yeah, just heart attack. Whatever.
Yeah.
Old age. Horse was like 26 apparently. Didn't know that.
He was a
Sounds like
diabetic.
a fucking old horse.
Yeah, I had no idea. The guy comes up there and is like,
Butterstuff.
Funyuns and some Twinkies. And some
That horse is a diabetic.
the guy comes up there and goes, "You think
Hey, girl, you hungry?
Fuck you.
I was talking to the horse. Oh, God.
If anyone hasn't seen Half Baked, you won't understand why Ely and I are laughing right now.
Lee's probably never seen it.
I saw Half Baked when the night it came out in the theater.
Yeah.
Dude, I drop that shit on
That
my
checks
wife
about
all the
the
time.
everything about you?"
I'm going
Oh,
to the store.
yeah.
Can I get you anything?
Yeah.
Pick me up some of that shit I used to eat back in the day.
Right.
I haven't gotten it.
Right.
Pussy.
No. Freaking Dave Chappelle as the weed guy is killing me, dude.
Then why would I wear this at?
Yeah.
Sorry, now we're just doing lines.
If you're listening.
Now we're just doing lines from
Yeah.
Fuck you.
You're
Fuck
cool.
you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you.
I'm out.
I don't have any good Half Baked drops.
Yeah, you
Wrap
need to get
it
on that.
up.
B. Yeah.
That gif
Yeah,
I
get
send
double J
all the
on that.
time. So you had a horse die at your house.
Where were you?
Horse died of the house. Guy comes up there and is like, "Hey, you mind if we just dig a hole here in the field and bury him?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do mind."
Oh, really? You
actually."
said no?
Yeah, dude. I didn't want him burying a fucking horse out here.
I
So then
wouldn't-
he had
It's
to
a
borrow.
big, it's a big hole.
I was gonna say that's
Yeah.
a big problem moving that
I
bastard.
know. So then he had to take our tractor, load it up onto our trailer to then haul
Yeah.
it out. And I was like, "This is not better."
Did you get any glue?
No,
what a
some
jet.
dog food though. Rudy's been fed for the past couple years, so
That's good.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
silver linings.
Yeah, you're getting down to the end there. Now we're just getting marrow. We're boiling marrow out of the bones.
Lee's like, I've already got 8 horses buried here. Take them elsewhere.
The state says I can bury 8, not 9.
I know a place where you can go, and they're just burying shit tons of horses. They're playing music. You chill, sit in the couch. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Oh, jeez.
Should we? Yeah.
Talk about horse fertilizer.
We're all over
so.
the place.
Yeah. No. Let's wrap this thing up.
We're
Thank you.
delirious.
Yeah, it has gotten to that point. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. A special shout out to Kindred Spirits. Thank you guys so much for hooking us up with beers. I'm currently drinking a Paradise Lager, and it is fantastic. If you do want to have a special event or trying to do something, hit them up. They'll take
Yeah.
care of you. They'll do you right. And if you're not looking to do a special event and just have a good time, it's actually, they're really good at that too.
Yep.
Even if Stu is there.
Even if.
Even
Stu can't ruin your good time there.
you know where he can ruin your good time? All the other breweries in town.
Like if he just shows up there and you're there, party over.
The beer is that good at Kindred Spirit. Now, thank you guys so much for helping us out this week. We do appreciate it. If you haven't had a chance to head over to Screen Door Mortgage, that means you probably don't need a mortgage. Yeah.
Everyone needs one.
Hell of a plug.
Well done.
Head over. If you do need a mortgage, though,
I see why you make so much money here.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Head over to Screen Door Mortgage. Jimmy will take care of you, man. It's he's going to make a stressful situation not stressful, and there is a lot of value in that. Not to mention his rates are going to be better than anyone else's out there. If you haven't had a chance to head over to the Facebook page, you can always do so, and you can send us topics at insidethepallethouse@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Or you can find us on Twitter or Instagram at ITPH Podcast, I think. And you can always send Venmo money to us.
At Inside the Pallet House on Venmo.
We're always glad to take your money and do with it what we want, which at this point we are slowly, steadily saving for a board. So thank you guys so much, except for the people who send it in and say, we want you to buy beer, and then we buy beer. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm not even know how to phrase my feelings right now.
That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
Anybody else want to talk on the mic? Get this shit stick out of here.
That's a good one.
That was a tight 50, don't you think?
Tight 50. Hour 50s.